Lower your rate with no cost and your balance doesn't go up. You start saving on the first day you have the loan and every day thereafter. If you decide to move next year or rates drop further, you can exchange that loan for another without losing a dollar that was tied up in closing costs. Today's 15-year fixed-free closer rate in APR is 4.99%. So if your current mortgage rate is higher than 4.99%, give the Loan Exchange a call at 855-752-9944 or log on to theloanexchange.com. It won't cost you a thing. NMLS 1637539. Loan subject to credit approval. See website for licensing information, loan terms and conditions. Equal housing lender. Call 855-752-9944 or visit theloanexchange.com.
Hey, it's Chris Morales. You know, we joke around a lot that I almost died, which I almost did. I had severe heart failure. That's when I went to a Providence hospital in the emergency room. And here's the thing about heart care. It begins with trust. That's why Providence takes the time to listen, understand, and earn yours before making any decision about your care. For me, if it wasn't for Dr. Cobb and Katie Cornella at St. Joe's in Orange, they made me trust them and they made me know. And my health and my life were going to be even better once I got out of the hospital. Providence, caring with compassion in Southern California.
This holiday season, George Chevrolet is making it easier than ever to ring in the new year in a new Chevy with huge savings on remaining 25 models like Corvette Z06, Traverse, Silverado 2500, and more. All 25s must go. Visit GeorgeChevy.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Sage Spa gift certificates fit perfectly in a stocking, especially mine. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Bowl season has begun. Bring your crew, drink some brew, catch the view at Sideline Sports Bar.
Number 2.
Mosen's Happy Hour. Half off bar bites, beer, wine, and cocktails.
And the number 1 reason.
Morongo's New Year's Eve Regency Ball. Party into the new year with $50,000 in free slot play and prizes.
Morongo, good times.
The most recognized jingle in Los Angeles has a new number.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob, 1-800-345-6789. Call Jacob.
This college football season, show your school spirit every time you pay. Introducing college-branded Venmo debit cards. Rep your team on and off the field with custom school designs that let everyone know who you root for. Whether you're tailgating, grabbing snacks for the watch party, or celebrating a win, you can unlock 15% cash back at ESPN. 1 free year of Perplexity Pro and more. This college football season, score more with the Venmo debit card. Get yours now in the Venmo app. Learn more at venmo.com/collegecard.
Max cashback varies. Terms apply. The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank, N.A.
Out here, days are getting a little cooler, and mornings are starting with a few more layers. It's the season for more time at the grill, more feed for your animals, heaters burn late into the night, and the woods start calling your name. We appreciate hard-working hands, shared moments, and love for our land. That's why season after season, we're here for your life out here. Tractor Supply.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A Good Karma Brands radio station.
Previously on the Sedano and Cap morning show.
I think we should just have you guys eat the donut.
Oh, you want to see the donut?
I want to see that.
But I don't want to eat the donut.
Yeah, no, that's my final wish for 2025. Just to see you.
I don't want to eat the donut. Well, hold on. Give me a choice of donuts. I don't want to just be dictated to what donut I eat. All right? Bring the donuts in here. Well, I mean, this was your last wish of the year.
He only has 4 minutes.
I'm going to go with glazed.
People need to jump on the YouTube for one last food sharing between you and Chris, and this time it will be a donut.
And
so if you want to jump on the YouTube, now is the time.
And
okay?
you just said it. You just said this is the last one.
The Sedano and Cap morning show is on the air.
Right.
No, last time.
No, 2020.
Rachel, I'm sorry, babe. They're
2025.
But we can do the big one.
Yeah, I'm going to give you the big one.
Get one last 2025 visual of you and Chris sharing food. There's nose cam right there.
The biggest show in ESPN LA history.
That thing on the ground when they weren't playing defense. The thing. Oops, excuse me.
Oh, that was good. That was
George. Sorry.
That was the first time on the morning show.
We would like to thank
a little sabor.
Yeah, I don't think people like being called hacks.
You're the güero on the radio.
Giant Mexican, horn section.
Did you have me on your show to berate me? Is that what you're doing now?
Give me a freaking break.
I'd like to thank George Sedano for participating on his final day of 2025, giving us a gift that will live on forever.
The last day of the year.
Midnight in the desert. I'm Art Bell.
Scott Kaplan, eat a fat one, bro.
The Sedano and Cap Morning Show on 710 ESPN.
The all-new ESPN LA app and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
We're bigger than U.S. Steel.
Wow, that's crazy.
Well, you want to
Bit boy.
Right now.
Monstrous.
Beto, I don't want to eat that. We did it, Dad. We did it.
You were riding high on the stinger last time.
Oh, big time.
Right, that's right. Of course we were.
So retroactively, CNN, do you regret living?
So mongrels, stay tuned.
Bing, ba-dum, bum, yeah. Ding, da-dum, bum. Help me out. Come on. Boom, ba-dum, bum, da, ba, diggity-doo, ba-dum, bum.
7:02 and 35 seconds. Good morning. Welcome to a Thirsty Thursday, a Throwback Thursday, and more importantly, a Rams Seahawks Thursday. Sucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, do a love boat. Do a morning love boat.
Love boat.
That didn't
How's
sound
that?
like you had the bullhorn, though.
I know. I don't have the bullhorn.
Where's the bullhorn, man?
I leave it in my office. It's a
Sounded like-
special bullhorn.
You sounded like George of the Jungle.
I know I did. It did kind of sound like that. Now, you just said it, Chris. You just said it. It's a Rams-Seahawks Thursday.
That's why I have the chain out, the Steven Hernandez chain. I'm wearing it ready for Pchanga tonight at Kelsey's for our watch party. Come on! And for good luck, I'm wearing Susie's. Look.
Let me see.
They are a good-looking shoe.
Oh, those are nice. How they feeling?
Oh, they feel beautiful, man.
He says don't wear socks with them, you know.
No, I'm wearing socks. I'm wearing socks.
You can't not wear socks in the office. That's just
Right.
odd.
I don't want a hot foot in there all day, you know?
Yeah, I got that. But it also makes your shoes stink.
Yeah, I can't have that.
Right. Like, if you ever had a pair of Converse, like Chuck Taylor's, and you wear them without socks, wear them twice. Those things stink forever.
So it's different, though. I think these shoes maybe have something different in there because I wore them without socks the other day as requested by Sua.
Yeah.
And it was really comfortable.
You get hot foot?
No hot foot. No hot foot at all. And I felt like it was starting to mold to my foot.
But here's the thing. If you take them off at the end of the day because you're about to get down and you got a stinky foot, then you can't have that. Like, I don't have time to go wash my feet, but, like, you know, when we're ready, we're ready. It takes 10 minutes to warm up as it is.
Yeah, I understand that.
You know what I'm saying?
I do indeed. I'll tell you right now, I'm telling you, you take a pair of Chuck Taylors, you wear them twice, those things will smell like Fritos for the rest of your time owning them.
That's
No,
what my
seriously.
dog's paws
Socks
smell
or no
like.
socks. It doesn't matter. That's how they smell.
Wait, your dog's Chewy's paws smell like Fritos?
Yeah, most dogs do.
We've
That's
been doing
the
this
thing.
for years.
Frito paws.
Yeah, we've been doing Frito
Remember?
paws.
That means
forever.
it's a yeast thing.
Yeah.
That's what's happening with my dog right
Yeah,
now.
I mean, every dog's paws smell like Fritos because of the yeast, but some more than others.
I'm pretty sure you've sniffed Chewy's
Yeah.
paws on the air, Cappy.
Yeah, and you
I don't remember
you
that.
sniffed his paws or Jack's paws.
I will find Jack this morning. I will sniff his paws, see if
Do
they
it,
smell
do
like
it
Fritos.
during the YouTube hour. Do it on the show.
If he's
Okay,
licking his
I'll work on it.
paws and it smells like Fritos, it means he has
Too
a
much
yeast
yeast.
infection.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Like your dog has a yeast infection, huh,
Has-
Bergie?
Right now, yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's an overgrowth of yeast in their gut.
Yes,
All right.
exactly. And it makes them lick their paws like crazy. It's
All right.
frustrating.
Who knew? Who knew?
Chewy's going to get on the plane tonight. I hope he doesn't have a yeast infection.
Meanwhile, Chris Canty from Unsportsmanlike.
He'll be like, ew, Fritos.
We have Evan Cohen on each week. We have Michelle Smallman on each week. Today is today's first day of ever having Chris Canty, the Super Bowl champion, as he calls himself the resident Super Bowl champion. Of course, won those Super Bowls with the New York Football Giants. He'll join us in about 10 minutes. Today is also day 11 of our Ocean Subaru 12 Days of Giving Back. And we've got Carlos Saisu on the streets at a very special event today. He will check in with us, and I'm looking forward to that. Plus, Dr. Klappa, how are you? Will join us in the PrizePicks Power Hour, Cappy.
Yeah, it was awesome last week when you and I, Chris, were there at the Rams game taking pictures and shooting videos of Dr. Klapper for the pregame coin toss. And he had a gentleman that he had done knee replacement surgery for, but the gentleman had a heart transplant. So we'll talk to Dr. Klapper about his experience down on the field at the Rams game. But speaking of the Rams, I don't know about you guys. Tell me if you guys feel this way. This is one of these games, and I haven't had this feeling in a really long time, where it's 7:06 in the morning, and this game is going to kick off at 5:15 p.m., and I'm jumping out of my skin already. We say it on our YouTube channel right now in our lower third graphic. It's the game of the year. I can just say this. It is the game of the year up until now for the Rams. It might not remain as the game of the year because we don't know what's going to happen tonight and then what will happen in the subsequent next 2 weeks. But this game has got me jumping out of my skin. I don't know about everybody else because you think back to when the Rams played the Seahawks earlier this season. And at that time, that was about week 10, 11, 12, like in that neighborhood. The Rams won that game, as you guys will all recall, but Sam Darnold had 4 interceptions in that game. And for those of you that are thinking, well, okay, the Seahawks had 4 interceptions and they still had a chance to win on a long field goal, that all happened. And if you're thinking to yourself, well, but there's no Davante Adams in this game, that's a real big problem for the Rams. It is, but you'd have to go back and look at the game and remember that Davante Adams had 1 catch for 1 yard and was targeted he actually was targeted 8 times in the game, so he didn't make much of a contribution. I'm not worried about the fact that Davante Adams isn't there. You've got your 2 running backs, you've got your 3 tight ends, and you've got wide receivers 3, 4, and 5. It's not the Davante Adams part that has me nervous. It's the Seattle. It's the expected rain. It's the most teams split, especially when they're at the tops of their division. And Seattle has a great defense. And the best part about what the Rams have done over the last few weeks is run the ball. And that's what the Seahawks are good at.
That was on me.
Come on, Tulsa.
Well, listen, I'm all by myself. I got to do both jobs today.
I understand. I do.
That was on me.
And so the last game didn't it still, despite those 4 interceptions, it still ended on a missed field goal, right?
That's right.
Like, it was still a very, very tight game.
It was an incredibly tight game because what happened was, as you recall, is that the Rams had gotten the ball, the Rams had scored, and then what happened was, I'm going back to the end of the game, the Rams wound up giving the ball back to Seattle with about 42 seconds to go, as I recall. Or no, maybe it's about 2 minutes to go. And Seattle went on a serious drive. Seattle's last drive of that game was, I want to say, I'm going to look it up. 10 plays, 56 yards, 1:41, and they missed a long field goal. So you still, with throwing 4 interceptions on the road, had an opportunity, and I think it was like a 60-ish, 61-yard field goal. So it was asking a lot of Jason Myers. But you saw what he did last week against Indianapolis. He kicked a 56-yarder to win the game. So, listen, it's not the Davante Adams thing that has me nervous because Davante Adams did not really make much of a statistical contribution in the first meeting between these two teams. What I'm worried about is this, is that you got to get Kyron Williams tonight and you got to get Blake Corum tonight, and those two guys got to have combined 25 carries and 100 yards. So between the two of them.
But it's going to be difficult because Seattle has a very, very strong defense as they did in the last game. And they have it's a different style of defense than some of the teams they've played before, despite the fact that they played Seattle already. I was talking to Travis about it yesterday, that this team goes into that 13 personnel where they use the multiple tight end set, and it really helps out being able to run the ball and doing different things out of those sets. And their defense, the Seattle defense, is built to stop things like that. Like they can bring safeties down and guard Colby Parkinson very, very well, whereas other teams haven't been able to do that.
Yep, and that's one side of the ball. The other side of the ball is this: if you're the Rams defense, you guys tell me, what is the weakness of the Rams defense? I mean, if you were going to look at it, 100%.
Yeah, the secondary gets rocked.
Right, so that's the problem, is that when you look at what Sam Darnold did, he had 279 yards passing in that game, 0 touchdowns, but 4 picks. You're looking at probably what many people think of as being the number 1 guy in the entire NFL in Smith and Jigba. Had 9 catches for 105 yards last time they played. You've got a couple of pretty good solid wide receivers and tight ends that Seattle's going to bring out as well. So if the pass rush can do to Sam Darnold what it did in the first game, which is make him move around, make him uncomfortable, put hits on him, force him to throw picks, then the Rams are going to go to Seattle and they're going to win. But if Sam Darnold can limit his turnovers and put up a couple of scores and take advantage of the weakness of the Rams defense, and they're at home with their crowd, and by the way, we should check the weather, but I'm telling you, I think there's expected rain tonight.
How many degrees is it in Seattle? Let me check.
That's a good question.
Get the Seattle weather report as we speak.
By the way, Cappy, you always talk about like the opponents, and they haven't beat anybody good. Seattle hasn't beat anybody good since I want to say October. Anybody quote unquote good. The last time they had a good win was over Houston. Everyone else is a sub 500 team, and like the last couple were pretty bad teams. I mean, they made Grandpa Rivers look good last week.
You're right, and the 3 losses that they have.
Let's go to the weather desk. 46 degrees right now in Seattle. Precipitation, 49%. It looks like 77% at 2 p.m., but by kickoff, it's down to 39% chance of rain.
Okay, all right. So it could be a little bit wet.
It's going to be wet.
Yeah.
And listen, that happens.
If it's too wet, what happens?
You tell them, Doc. But Lindsay, your point is that when you look at their record and you say, well, Seattle's 11-3. They lost to the 49ers, they lost to the Rams, and they lost to the Buccaneers. All 3 of those teams are going to be playoff teams. When you look at their wins, and I've been saying it all year, that Sam Darnold doesn't have a signature win. You mentioned the Texans. That Texans game was probably week 6, 7-ish. And,
it was week 3.
It was 6, 7. You didn't even do it on purpose.
Right.
It was week 3.
The Texans?
Yeah. Oh, no, sorry. Week 7, you're right.
Week 7.
7.
So they beat the Texans week 7, but the Texans are on like a 5-6 game winning streak right now. So, the Texans have gotten better as the year has gone on. If you're telling me that looking at their schedule, and they've beaten the Falcons and the Vikings and the Titans and the Commanders, yeah, they don't really have a signature win over a playoff team other than that game against the Texans, and that was a very different Texans team back then than they are right now. So should the Rams win this game? Yeah, they should win this game. And I say it like that, and you guys are probably all going, should? Are you crazy, dude? Seattle, home field advantage, wet. Weakness is the secondary. Strength is their wide receivers. You don't have Devontae Adams. I mean, there's a lot of factors going against the Rams. Here's another one. Did you guys hear what happened to the Rams yesterday as they were trying to leave to go to Seattle?
Yeah, they couldn't leave, and they had to split up their flights.
So apparently the team charter, there was a mechanical issue at LAX with the team charter. It took 4 hours. Not like, hey, you know what? We got another plane. It's sitting right over here. We'll bump these guys. We'll put you guys on it. It was like a 4-hour delay for the Rams to get to Seattle. Now, that may not sound like a lot to everybody else who's traveling around during this holiday time of the year, but in football time, on a short week with virtually no practice and just a very limited amount of time to get your game plan all done, 4 hours, a big deal yesterday.
That's the same thing that happened to the Dodgers. Remember when they left from Toronto down to L.A.? They had to split it up.
The
Dodgers.
So the Dodgers use that 2-plane system, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, but that's what they did. That's what the Rams did yesterday. They used the 2-plane system. They got the team out, and then extra staff came in later.
Yeah. So I'm just listen. I'm asking you guys. I'm jumping out of my freaking skin, dude. It's 7:14 in the morning, and this game is going to happen at 5:15 tonight.
Of the day, eh?
Yeah. I'm jumping out of my skin because I'm just thinking to myself, how am I going to kill time between the time we get off the air from 10 a.m. until we get to 5:15 p.m.
All right, 7:15, as you mentioned. Chris Canty's going to join us in just a moment, the resident Super Bowl champion. Brought to you by PrizePicks today. He's going to sit in for Michelle today on the Sedano and Cap Morning Show. Download the app today for PrizePicks and use code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y, to get $50 in lineups. After you play your first $5 lineup, that's code CAPPY to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, it's good to be right. By the way, today's Rams-Seahawks game for Thursday Night Football, you'll be able to hear that on the all-new ESPN LA app, 93.1 Jack FM, and on AM 1070 KNX. So we're putting the game on 1070 AM because you'll hear Lakers Jazz on 710 AM. So Lakers on 710, Rams on 1070 AM, 93.1 Jack FM, and, of course, everything on the all-new ESPN LA app tonight. So we got you covered.
It's good information.
No, I want to make sure people are informed, Cappy. That's part of our thing.
Yeah.
Is information.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's good information because it is one of these nights where you've got the Rams playing at 5:15 and you've got the Lakers tipping off at 6 against the Jazz. And this is an exciting thing for the Rams only because this game that the Rams are playing in is massive. It could change the entire playoff situation between the Rams, the Seahawks, the Niners will still have their say. And just even if the Rams were to drop this game, the Niners and the...
No, the Rams can't drop this game. Don't say that. I got a 14-3 prediction on the line that I made with Rams general manager Les Snead, and a man who's going to back me up, Cappy. He's also a giant Lakers fan and the resident Super Bowl champion, the one and only Chris Canty joins us now on the Sedano and Cap Morning Show. Good morning, Chris Canty.
Yeah, what's up, Canty? Good to have you for the first time.
What's up, squad? How y'all doing? I know. I'm glad I'm finally on. You finally upgraded and got rid of Evan Cohen. I took you guys long enough to figure it out, but you got here. Better late than never. I'm finally here. And so, yeah, I definitely want to get in on this conversation.
Well, Chris, it's great to have you. You know, usually when Michelle comes on, we'll say, hey, here comes Michelle, and then Evan will grab the phone because he just cannot get enough of being on this show. So we get a lot of Evan, we get a lot of Michelle, and now for the first time, we're going to get a lot of Canty. And by the way, I'm going to say this before we even get going. This should not be your last time, bro.
Hey, I'm all about it. All you all have to do is ask, and I will jump on the show with you all. I love coming on this show. I love the opportunity.
We appreciate it. And so, hey, Chris, jumping into what we're talking about, I got a bunch of things I want to talk to you about. But starting off, we're talking about tonight, Rams and Seahawks. And this is one of the biggest regular season games that I can remember since the Rams came back to L.A., when they came back. And listen, I mean, there's been some great games. There's been games against Detroit that have been great. There was the game against Kansas City, which was in the Coliseum. I mean, there's been some great regular season games. But I don't know that any one has been more meaningful than the game tonight. What is your initial thought when you think about these two teams matching up on Thursday Night Football?
I think these two teams have the best chance of representing the NFC in the Super Bowl. These are the top two teams, according to FBI, in terms of the number one seed in the NFC. And I think that when it comes to the head coach quarterback tandem, you'd be hard-pressed to find a better one in the NFC than Sean McVay and Matt Stafford. When it comes to the home field advantage that the Seattle Seahawks have, you'd be hard-pressed to find a better one in the conference. So, yeah, I think tonight's game is going to go a long ways to determining who comes out of the NFC. And I would be surprised at this point if it's not one of these two teams representing the NFC in Levi Stadium in February.
Yeah, and Chris, I look at the last game that these two teams played. Sam Darnold had 0 touchdown passes. He had 4 interceptions. But yet, Seattle still had a chance for a 60-yard field goal to kick it and win the game. In a game that it seemed like the Rams dominated, but yet they really just couldn't put Seattle away. And in tonight's game, you don't have Devontae Adams. I was making the point before you got on the show. He only had 1 catch in the game last time. So it wasn't like he made a major statistical contribution or he scored some red zone touchdowns, which is what he's so good at, leading the league so far this year with 14 touchdown receptions. So I look at what happened in the first game, and I think to myself, okay, now how do you go win that game on the road? Especially because really the weakness of the Rams defense is their secondary. And I would say the strength of the Seattle offense is their wide receiving core. What do you have to say about all that?
Well, here's the thing. What Sean McVay has been doing over the last couple of weeks is leaning into 13 personnel grouping. That's 1 running back and 3 tight ends. And I think he's found a market inefficiency in terms of how NFL teams play defense these days. A lot of it is out of sub packages, nickel and dime. What he's done is put bigger people on the field. If you try to match it with base personnel, the Rams have the tight ends that can exploit those matchups in the passing game. But if you play those sub-package looks, then it makes it a tougher run fit for your secondary players when you're talking about 3 tight ends being on the field, big people being on the field. So I give a lot of credit to Sean McVay. My biggest concern about this team for the majority of this year was their ability to be able to run the football to close out games. I'm not as concerned about that now based on what I've seen over the last 2 weeks. They've ran the ball for 200 yards a game. So I like the direction that this Rams offense is going in, and I believe that's a formula that can travel even against a division opponent that has double-digit wins in a hostile environment in December.
Yeah, I'm glad you said all that because I've been saying for a long time what separates the Rams from everybody else in the league is you got a 37-year-old quarterback playing the best football of his career. You got 2 superstar wide receivers, even though one will likely be down tonight. But you've got guys 3, 4, and 5. I mean, Tutu Atwell hadn't even played since he had that game-winning touchdown against the Colts until last week. So he'll be, I'm guessing he'll have something to say about this game. You've got 4 tight ends. Even when one's down, you've still got 3. And your offensive line is healthy this time of the year, which that changes everything for teams. So I'm glad you said all of that because really when I look at these 2 running backs, they have distributed the ball perfectly between the 2 of them. Kyron Williams will get 13 carries. Blake Corum will get 12. And between the 2 of them, they can rush for 150 yards. They got to do that tonight because that's the strength of Seattle's defense is stopping the run.
Yeah, it is. But here's the thing. If Seattle is intent on loading the box and trying to limit what you can get on the ground, those tight ends can be problems in the passing game. I mean, Terrence Ferguson can be a problem in the passing game. Kobe Parkinson can be a problem in the passing game. And those guys have shown that they can do it, and Matt Stafford has shown that he trusts them in those situations. So, again, I think it's interesting what Sean McVay has done. Remember, he was on the cutting edge of the 11 personnel phenomenon, which is 1 running back, 1 tight end, and 3 wide receivers back when he took over the job to be the head coach of the LA Rams in the 2010s. Now we're starting to see a little bit of a different trend in the league with multiple tight ends on the field, and that's not just to run the football, but that's also to throw the football if teams are insistent on having base personnel to match up with big people. So I just say this, even without Devontae Adams, it's not as if Matt Stafford can't have a big game throwing to Puka Nakua and throwing to those tight ends because I absolutely believe that to be the case. So I'm not saying that you have to be in 13 personnel just because you're trying to run the football and jam a square peg into a round hole. What I'm saying is you come out in 13 personnel and you see what the Seattle Seahawks are going to do in terms of trying to match that up, and you take advantage of your matchup and the weaknesses of those particular looks.
Chris Canty, our resident Super Bowl champion, host of Unsportsmanlike on ESPN's national radio show, is making his first appearance on Sedano and Cap here today. And we say resident Super Bowl champion, Chris. I don't know, man. I feel like I'm starting a little bit of a problem here internally at 710 in L.A. because our resident Super Bowl champion is DeMarco Farr. So I feel like I'm going to get a call today from DeMarco saying, yo, what's the story? I'm the resident Super Bowl champion. What's the deal with Canty? What do you think? I mean, I'm putting myself in the middle of a bad spot here, man.
No, well, me and DeMarco are good. We used to work together at the NFL Network way back in the day. So we go back like 4 flats on a Cadillac. So I don't think you're going to have any problem having me on your show and referring to me as the resident Super Bowl champ. I'm just saying.
Right.
I don't think that's going to be an issue.
All right. Well, hey, Chris, I was listening to the show earlier this morning. You guys are having an interesting conversation. I wanted to run this by you. So with the college football playoff starting this weekend, I'm really into it, okay? The only thing is that I'm starting to realize now that I love stories of underdogs. You know, I'd love to see Tulane shock the world and beat Ole Miss, even though I'm really rooting for Ole Miss because I'm rooting for those kids in the aftermath of the Lane Kiffin stuff. I would love to see James Madison shock the world, but I don't think it's going to happen. And I saw one of the Fox college football analysts make a comment the other day, which was, in football, we're not looking for Cinderella. We're looking for the best teams, put the best teams on the field. And as much as I love an underdog story, I got to agree with that. I really don't think that people want to see James Madison. And I have a daughter who's a senior at Tulane, so I'm a little biased. But I don't think people want to see Tulane either. I think that leaving out the better teams that we all can tell are better and bigger and have better schedules, I think that's the way we all feel. Are you for the little guy making it, or would you rather see the better teams?
No, I'm for the better teams being in, but I think Heather Dinich made a great point when it comes to the college football playoff and what makes it different than March Madness and the NCAA tournament. She said that the difference is when it comes to the college football playoff is that the presence of the group of 5 teams excludes the blue blood teams, the perennial powers, from getting in. So what we mean by that is JMU and Tulane being in the dance means that a team like Notre Dame can't be in. And so I think that's the issue. When you have the NCAA tournament, you don't have that problem because you have a field of 68 or whatever it is now. Those Cinderella stories can play alongside the big boys. But in this instance, those Cinderella stories in the college football playoff, they bump out some of the big boys. And I think that's the issue with the playoff as constituted. But here's the other reality that nobody wants to talk about. You're likely not going to have any of the teams that play on the first round of the college football playoff actually win the national title.
Mm-hmm.
And so when we start talking about college football playoff, is 12 the right amount? Should we expand to 16? It's less about trying to find the best team and more about a participation trophy and rewarding coaches and programs who have really good seasons.
Yeah, I heard that conversation this morning. It was interesting. Yeah,
we've democratized the college football playoff, and I don't know that it was ever truly meant to be that. This is not about making sure that everybody, has equity in it. This is about trying to find the best team in college football.
Yeah, and I thought that was a good question you guys asked to Heather Dinich earlier today, which was, can any of these teams that are playing in the first round actually win the national championship? And she had a very hard time coming up with anybody, whether it was Alabama, Oklahoma, Ole Miss, Oregon. She was having a hard time coming up with anybody that's going to play in this first weekend that she thought could actually win the national championship. Chris Canty, our resident Super Bowl champion, the host of Unsportsmanlike on the ESPN National Radio Network that precedes us here on 710. Chris Canty making his first appearance on Sedano and Cap. All right, Chris, last chance here. Lakers tonight. So I got to watch. I'm going to be watching Lakers on one TV and Rams on the other. But, Chris, my focus is on the Rams tonight. This game is huge. And for the Lakers and the Jazz, not quite as big.
Are you watching both? You got to ask him, since he's a Lakers fan.
Yeah.
A, did he listen to the Rich Paul podcast?
Okay.
And B, should they take that banner down, the stupid cup banner?
Okay, both good questions.
Yeah, first of all, the Rich Paul podcast. Are you hip to that, Chris?
Yeah, I keep an ear toward the Rich Paul podcast and some interesting comments that he's made of late about our Lakers and not being a championship organization and all those things. I can't necessarily say that I agree with it, but I understand his perspective.
Do you think that he is what did you say, Cappy? Like a mouthpiece for LeBron, even though he brought it in with Sedano yesterday when he saw him at the Cup game?
Canty, you got to understand something, man. Like, Sedano is to us what Evan is to you guys, just constant defense of his guys, And in the case of Sedano, me and Morales here, we just poke at him all day long, and we just get him to lose his mind about LeBron. I'm of the opinion that what Rich Paul says is what LeBron James says. Yeah, that's fine. You can say that. Or maybe LeBron tells him what to say. But my partner Sedano, who's already started his Christmas break, says, no, LeBron has nothing to do with it, and Rich does, and Rich says whatever he wants to say. And he's got lots of clients everywhere else. And I'm like, yeah, but the one guy, it's all about LeBron. I don't know. Where do you weigh in on all this, Chris?
Well, I mean, the reality is that Rich Paul wouldn't be where he's at without LeBron James, right? I mean, clutch sports is because LeBron James. So he's in this position, and clearly some of the things that he said and he's intimated toward throughout the course of this calendar year has been, a glimpse behind how LeBron James is actually feeling toward the Lakers organization. They've been non-committal to him beyond this upcoming season, and I know that's frustrating for somebody that calls Southern California home. To not know where your basketball future lies, knowing that you want to continue to play, all of those things. It's frustrating when the team that you play for, which is one of the most iconic franchises in the history of the game, a team that you won a championship with, and we're not talking about an in-season tournament banner, but a team that you did all of that with says, yeah, we're not prioritizing what you want. We're prioritizing our future around Luka. I got to imagine it makes LeBron feel some type of way, and I got to imagine that he's going to use some of his channels that can amplify his thoughts to get out there how he's feeling. And I think Rich Paul is just one of those avenues.
Good job, Chris Canty.
We don't disagree with that.
I disagree with it. I'm Team LeBron. Leave him alone.
Yeah, well, you got to also understand, Chris. I mean, Lindsay is from Cleveland, and LeBron can do no wrong. And for Sedano, he kind of sends us text messages like, "Hey man, I just hugged it out with Rich Paul, dude. I told him I love the pod." And so we got two LeBron supporters, and then we've got several LeBron critics. And when you put that together, man, it's a toxic thing, man. I'll tell you that right now. Chris,
it sounds like it is.
Yeah. Chris, it is great to have you on the show for the first time. Thank you very much, and let's do it again. And congrats, you guys are killing it in the morning.
All right, thanks a lot. Y'all have a good one.
All right, you too, man.
On hold. That was for Wednesday, but I said on the air.
Chris Canty.
He's on hold.
I like him, man.
Is he still on hold or did he go?
Is he on hold? Let's put Chris on hold.
Listen, I got to do both jobs because Jorge's got to do the Rams game today.
Well, you're crushing it, too. How about that?
7:31. Good morning. The Sedano and Cap Morning Show. Oh, man. I love Chris Canty, by the way.
You should have him on more.
Yeah,
we
we should.
should.
I want to see. I would have.
Should he be Wednesdays? It's
Yeah.
Evan on Tuesdays.
Let's do
Canty
it.
on Wednesdays. Michelle on Thursdays.
Hey,
I like that idea. I do like Chris.
He's great. I'd watch him tackle Sedano.
I want to see him tackle DeMarco.
God, I would love to have him and Sedano
Ooh,
just
yeah.
argue it out.
I know.
though.
I think DeMarco he could push off. Like no,
I don't
DeMarco
know.
could push him off.
Yeah. DeMarco would. I think DeMarco wins
thick.
that one.
He's like an otter. You know what I mean?
He's a thick otter.
I think I was once called an otter in the different command.
We used to have an otter here.
Yeah. The Sedano and Cap Morning Show. 7:32 in the morning. In 3 minutes, we'll talk about another Chris Canty idea about the Raiders and a trade. Man, they got to do something. That's all ahead. The Sedano and Cap Morning Show. Thursday, Mongrels. Let's go.
The Sedano and Cap Morning Show, presented by Call Jacob and Jacob M. Ronnie.
The new phone number, 800-345-6789.
My guy, your guy, Cappy's guy, the great Jacob M. Ronnie.
800-345-6789. With a new phone number, 800-345-6789.
Hey guys, it's Cap. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Anegat, one of Southern California's largest public adjuster firms. Anegat knows how to fight back when your insurance company makes you feel like a criminal, leaving you with no hope of getting into your home and getting it all back together. With decades of experience and a passion for helping people, Avner and his family take the call themselves. So whether you have a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is, you call Anegat today at 818-917-5256 or you go to Anegat.com. It's 818-917-5256 or Anegat.com. You call, Avner answers, he says hello. Your claim is our game. Anegat.com.
This is the Doctor in the Dugout with Dr. Alan Byer, presented by Hoag Orthopedic Institute.
I'm often asked about people who suffer their first back injury, think they've pulled a muscle in their back, and they don't stretch enough as far as their back is concerned. So when do you seek care from a doctor when you've sustained a back injury? At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, we like to tell people that the most important thing is to watch and see if that back pain is radiating down your leg, causing any numbness, causing any weakness, or any bowel or bladder dysfunction. These are surgical problems usually and require a more urgent visit to the emergency room rather than waiting to see the doctor. If none of these signs are present, it's safe to wait it out, rest for a few days, and seek medical care from your doctor within a week or so. Hope that helps. Keep stretching your back. If that doesn't get better in a week or 10 days, that's when it's time to seek the orthopedic specialist. Hope this keeps you on the field, and keep listening. We'll be back soon.
Keep listening for more on the road to recovery right here on 710 ESPN.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
The Sedano and Cap Morning Show is on.
That
encapsulizes Rivers'
Or
entire
encapsulates.
career.
Encapsulate, yeah.
Wait, encapsulizes is not a real thing?
George Sedano, Scott Kaplan.
You can't encapsulize a thing? No, you only encapsulate it? Okay.
More Sedano and Cap right now.
7:37. The Sedano and Cap Morning Show on a Thursday. Cappy.
Talk to me.
On this day in 1982, the number one hit, Daryl Hall, John Oates, Man-Eater.
Man-Eater.
Today is also Ham Salad Day.
You say
Not
ham?
Yeah, not a ham slam, but a ham salad.
Ham salad, huh?
What's the salad that used to be big in the 80s? Cobb salad eventually beat it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, chef salad. Remember whatever, like the big thing was,
Oh, yeah.
I'll have a chef salad.
Right, a chef salad had like ham and
It had
turkey.
ham.
Yeah.
But then the Cobb salad beat them down.
Also, I think that
Love a
ham
good Cobb salad.
Yeah.
I think ham salad is like the same thing as like tuna salad, where it's like, I could be wrong, but I think it's like ham that's got like mayo and stuff in it, and it's like a thing, you know, not like
Actually,
an actual salad.
It actually kind of sounds gross. Like
Yes.
tuna salad, chicken salad. That all sounds pretty good.
I like tuna salad. I mean chicken salad, not tuna.
But
I
a
like
ham
tuna
salad.
Love tuna salad.
Yeah, I like a
Ham
tuna salad.
Yeesh. That
Well, I
doesn't
mean,
sound
you know,
good.
what are you going to do?
I don't know. You know that yesterday I went into my refrigerator and I realized that I've still got some of that honey baked ham in
What
my
is wrong
refrigerator
with you?
from Thanksgiving.
It must smell horrible.
I don't know.
Thanksgiving.
It's in like some kind of a Tupperware thing, so maybe
Oh,
that's
just
why
throw
it
the-
doesn't smell.
If it's plastic
whole thing.
Tupperware, throw the whole thing out.
Throw the whole thing
You
out.
can never wash that Tupperware.
Do
You'll-
not.
Yeah.
Don't even open it.
Yeah,
It's-
don't open it because the mold will get into your throat.
Oh.
Yeah, you don't want it in your throat, sucker.
Gross.
That's
Oh,
way
can you
too
turn
long.
on my? Can you turn my wide orbit on?
Oh yeah, I didn't do that. Sorry.
That's okay. I
Yeah.
tried playing the.
Is Chris Canty still on hold?
Yeah, exactly. Hey, you come over here and do both jobs.
Hey,
right.
Chris Canty apparently, and I didn't hear this, so I'm looking forward to hearing what he had to say. But Canty apparently has some sort of advice or thought on what the Raiders should do going forward. And before we play this sound, Bergie, I got to talk to you about something that happened to me earlier this week.
Yeah.
So when you and I were going back and forth about the Raiders, and I made the comment that when Pete Carroll goes, then I go. Like I'm not a Raider fan for life. I don't bleed black and silver.
Yeah, not a big fan of that type of behavior, but sure, go ahead.
Okay,
You're a
I don't-
bandwagon fan, except for the fact that they didn't win anything.
It's not
just
even bandwagon.
Pete. Right.
It's just a Pete bandwagon.
That's right. I'm a Pete fan. I wasn't a Raider fan.
Yeah.
I'm a Pete fan.
Yeah.
He's
So
a
when
Hall of
Pete,
Famer.
I don't
that's
like
exactly right. He is.
Don't
So
like
when Pete got to the Raiders, I became a Raider fan by virtue of being a Pete fan. Pete goes, I go.
Yeah, but we talked about this ahead of time too. Like even before you did jumped on the bandwagon or the Pete wagon, you bought all the stuff. People gave you stuff like you socks and jerseys and all these different things, chains and all that stuff. And you said, hey, if you're gonna be a Raider fan, if you're gonna join Raider Nation, you have to be here for life. This is where you said, yeah, I'm in. And now you're coming back and saying, no, I'm just here for Pete.
Right. So
No,
that's kind of
that hurts my feelings.
well. But think about it. I mean, listen, my man Morales here. He also was a one-time Raider fan
it was a
who
bit.
jumped off the
It was a-
bandwagon.
It was a bit. It was a bit.
Bit boy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was that, and also like it happened with Sliwa too. He got me all
Oh, yeah,
excited
that's
about
right.
him being a Raider fan. Also, we went to a Raider Charger game together at SoFi. We drank and partied with the people, and then the next day he was another fan. So
Wow.
all you people from San Diego pretending to be Raider fans,
Whatever happened to
just
Sliwa?
go away.
No,
Stop it.
We love Sliwa.
No, I love Sliwa.
By the way,
Well-
Walrus and Encino mentions in the YouTube chat a chopped salad.
Oh, chopped.
There's nothing like, and by the way, making your own chopped salad is a fun event.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it
Wait,
sounds
what's
like a
in
lot of
chopped
time
salad?
to me.
I can't think of it right now.
Just chopped.
You just enjoy the chopping.
The chopping, but you get like that special thing where you go,
Yeah.
cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha.
Right. I know what
Like,
you're talking about.
you know, like, I don't know what it's
it's
called.
like a
but-
semicircle knife.
yeah.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Yeah.
So
and
you
then
get all
chop
your,
it.
you get all your accoutrement together, your meats, your veggies and stuff, and then a nice iceberg, but you leave the head. And then you just chop.
You start chopping that thing down.
And then you make the dressing from scratch.
No, I don't do that.
Oh, yeah. Like a nice mustard based with olive oil,
No, I got
little
nothing.
lemon, little garlic powder, little paprika. Bam!
No.
Anyway,
Like a-
continue
like a-
the
like a
Raiders
chop
conversation.
Sounds like a lot of work. But here's the thing, Bergie, about the Raider thing. So I made this comment the other day about how, listen, Pete goes, I go. And I have gotten a lot of heat from Raider fans.
Good.
Saying, hey, Cap,
You can't jump off the bandwagon now. Once you're on, you're on. You're now a Raider fan for life.
Yes.
And one guy sent me a message, and he told me this. This was a DM on Instagram. He said, I will drive to you, and I will beat you down if you jump off the Raider bandwagon.
Wow.
Yeah. So the threat of physical violence has me contemplating that maybe even if Pete goes, maybe I do need to stay on the Raider bandwagon.
Yes, please. Like, just join me in this misery. It's something that I can't do it alone.
It doesn't sound fun.
Look, you're a Browns fan.
Right,
You're
and
in
I
it
was
too.
born into it. I was
she was
born
born
into
into
it.
it.
I had no choice. I remember when starter jackets were cool, and I wanted a Charlotte Hornets one or a Phoenix Sun one because I wanted like the team with the purple, the cool colors. And my dad was like, no child of mine will ever wear any clothing item from another team that's not Cleveland. And it was like totally forced on me. I had no choice.
I get it. I will not let Riley wear red. No USC colors. So very much the same. But no, Cappy, stay. Just stay. Just stick it out with me. Eventually, they have a ton of money next year. They're going to get a high draft pick. It's all going to come together next year.
Well,
sometimes it's got to get really hard.
I hope you're right, and I hope Pete is still the coach.
A lot of Raider fans in the YouTube chat.
Right.
Like Cesar Zamora. We love you, Cesar. But
He's right. It flows through the veins. It flows deep in the veins.
I don't think it
Raider
flows through the
Nation
veins
lives.
anymore.
It does. It's here. You can't get rid of it.
It never goes away.
But it's
once you're a part of it, you can't go away.
But they're Raider fans because, like, one came after me on Twitter the other night about, like, all this. I understand it's an institution in Southern California, and it always will be. You're right. It always will be. But they also admit that the team is horrible at this point.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Like, nobody thinks they're going to be a good team ever again.
No, not ever again. That's
When?
nonsense. At some point, every team turns it around and becomes a good
every
team.
year.
again.
The Browns
That's
have it.
That's what football
Every
is all
year,
about.
there's a little bit of hope most of the time.
Well, I just got scared. I mean, because when this guy told me, he goes, hey, he wrote me, he goes, hey, Cap, he goes, I heard that you're thinking about getting off the Raider bandwagon. I was like, yeah, I'm more of a Pete Carroll fan than I am like a real Raider fan. And he told me, he goes, I will drive to you and I will beat you down if you leave the Raider bandwagon. And I took it seriously.
Hey, man,
I'm scared.
It's blood in, blood out. That's how it goes.
Well, that's how it goes. Yeah, I mean, blood in, blood out. There's movies about that.
It's called Blood in, Blood Out.
Yeah, exactly.
Not sand in the liver?
Well, that kind of is about the same thing.
Oh.
7:43. We will tease now the Canty audio about the Raiders. That'll come up after we do our 12 days of giving back in just a few moments. Day 11. But, Cappy, tell us about our friends at PrizePicks, please.
Okay, let's start off being Thursday. Okay, you got a lot you can play tonight. I'm definitely going to be playing a bunch on the Rams-Seahawks game. I'm definitely going to be playing a lot tonight on the Lakers and the Jazz. But I also want to point out that when you download the PrizePicks app and you use the code CAPPY, you make your first $5 lineup, you get $50 in your account instantly. At the top of the app, here's what you're going to see. Picks That Punch. And this is about Friday night and Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul. And I am so ready for somebody to knock Jake Paul's head off. So you got a real fighter now. All right, this isn't some 60-year-old Mike Tyson. This isn't some 40-year-old former MMA guy who wants to be a boxer. This is a real heavyweight champion type guy. So here's the thing on Anthony Joshua. The max discount is half a punch landed. Well, you know he's going to be able to do that, no problem. So when you are on PrizePicks and you go up at the top, there is a search bar. It says Explore. Next to it is NFL, NBA, and third is boxing. So all you need is the Anthony Joshua max discount at half a punch landed, and you're already halfway home. I'm going to take Anthony Joshua with the half a punch landed, and I'm going to put it together with Jake Paul for more than 24.5 punches landed, and I'm going to see if I can win that when the two beat each other up, or at least when Anthony Joshua hopefully beats up Jake Paul. So here's what I want you to do. Download the PrizePicks app. Use our code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y. Make that first $5 lineup. Get $50 in your account instantly. And make sure you take advantage of the max discount on this fight that's going to happen on Friday night between Joshua and Paul. Download that PrizePicks app. PrizePicks. It's good to be right.
Thank you, Cappy. 7:45 in the morning, the Sedano and Cap Morning Show. Now, listen, coming up, we will do our 12 days of giving back thanks to Ocean Subaru, and we'll pay off the tees. We'll talk about the Chris Canty audio about the Raiders and the trade they should do. Plus, we'll do Mongrel of the Morning today. And since Dad's not here, Sedano, Cappy, maybe we'll take some calls.
Oh.
Maybe we'll bang phones.
People will call today because Sedano's not here. I do believe that.
That's all I had. The Sedano and Cap Morning Show. Back in 3 minutes from right now, sucker.
The Sedano and Cap Morning Show. We'd like to thank our founding partner,
East Central Hotel, the official downtown home away from home for Cappy and Morales. EastCentralHotel.com.
This is the Sedano and Cap Morning Show.
Sage Spa gift certificates fit perfectly in a stocking, especially mine. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Bowl season has begun. Bring your crew, drink some brew, catch the view at Sideline Sports Bar.
Number 2.
Mosen's Happy Hour. Half off bar bites, beer, wine, and cocktails.
And the number 1 reason.
Morongo's New Year's Eve Regency Ball. Party into the new year with $50,000 in free slot play and prizes.
Morongo, good times.
Laker fans know when the shot's open, you take it. That's why National University helps busy students drive the lane on their goals. Flexible online classes, whole team support. Juggle your job, your life, and keep driving toward your degree. National University, official higher education sponsor of the 17-time champion LA Lakers. Take your shot and learn more at nu.edu. That's nu.edu.
At RusNatCars.com, 'tis the season to find the new you. As LA car shoppers know, this is the time of year to find the best deals. Thinking about starting 2026 in a new 2026? Get started today at RusNatCars.com and shop over 2,000 luxury vehicles, including over 100 special lease offers on brands like Land Rover, Audi, Mercedes-Benz, Porsche, and more. It's all in one place. RusNatCars.com. Your road awaits.
I know you're listening to me wearing glasses or contacts. You're either nearsighted, farsighted, have astigmatism, or you're just over 45 and have to wear reading glasses. This is Dr. Sarudi, and I promise you, I can help you with any of these issues. No anesthesia, no pain, no downtime, and if you qualify, I'll even guarantee you with 20/20 or better vision or give your money back. I've never had to after 60,000 cases. Call 855-NOW-2020. 855-NOW-2020. That's 855-669-2020.
With Progressive Customer Service, there are lots of ways to connect with us, so you never have to miss a second of your favorite sport. Because you'd much rather watch a ball go through a net 124 times in 48 minutes when you don't really have to pay attention until the last 2, and then somehow those 2 minutes will take an hour. You don't want to miss all that. Luckily, you can chat with Progressive on our app, online, or over the phone without missing a single one of those times the ball goes through the metal circle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
Hey, this is Rich Eisen. You're starting your day with the Sedano and Cap Morning Show on ESPN LA. Don't forget my show. The Rich Eisen Show is coming up this morning at 9 on 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app. Now, back to the Sedano and Cap Morning Show.
It's Christmas time in Hollis, Queens. Mom's cooking chicken and collard greens, rice and stuffing macaroni and cheese, and Santa put gifts under Christmas trees. Decorate the house with lights at night. Snow's on the ground.
Cappy 750. Good morning.
Good morning to
Sedano
you.
and Cap Morning Show.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Beautiful, man.
All right, good.
Meanwhile, today is a Rams game day. It's also a Lakers game day. Remember, you can hear the Rams coverage begins at 3:15 on the ESPN LA app, 93.1 Jack FM, and on AM 1070. AM 1070. Lakers will be on 710 this morning, or this afternoon. That's all ahead. So Lakers on 710, Rams across the board, 1070 AM, 93.1 Jack FM, and you can hear both of them on the all-new ESPN LA app, Cappy. And, of course, tomorrow morning, you'll be reacting to it all without me and Sedano. Just you, Beto, Bergie. Is Lindsay here tomorrow?
Nope.
Oh, like Lindsay and Chewy are flying back to Cleveland. Yeah, me
He's
and
got to
Beto
take care of
and
that yeast
Bergie.
infection.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, right. Because of the yeast, he's
And
got to
Jorge.
go see his. He's got to go see his vet.
And
in
producer
Cleveland.
Jorge will be back tomorrow on this show.
We're going to bring it to the finish line.
Yeah.
Me, Bergie, Beto, and Briones. We're bringing it to the finish line. Sedano's already gone. Morales leaves tomorrow.
today.
We're going to take this thing all the way home.
Are you nervous? Are you nervous with no Morales, no Sedano, just me, Beto, and Jorge?
Not nervous, but I will say this. Everybody else should be nervous because without Sedano around and without Morales around, I will apologize in advance. I don't know who I'm going to say what about, but I'm going to say something.
It's probably
going to get me in trouble.
We will pay off the tease.
I'm still here to stop that.
With Chris Canty and that Raiders trade proposition. That's all coming up in a few moments. But, Cappy, it is day 11 of the Ocean Subaru 12 Days of Giving Back.
Great partnership between us here at ESPN LA and our partners over at Ocean Subaru of Fullerton. Omar, their general manager, 20-plus years in the U.S. Army, multiple tours, and we have a passion. We want to share that passion, which is to give back to the local military, to highlight these folks, to thank them for their service. And today we've got Staff Sergeant Vincent Bacon, 12 years of service, and they call him Bacon Bits, and we're about to find out why that is. Staff Sergeant, good morning, sir, and happy holidays.
Good morning. Good morning. Happy holidays. How you guys doing?
Doing really, really well. Thank you so much. So they call you Bacon Bits. Is that right, Staff Sergeant?
Yeah, I have a nickname, Bacon Bits.
And I guess when you have a nickname like Bacon Bits, people like me, nosy people, are like, yo, how'd you get the nickname Bacon Bits?
To try to make a long story short, we were doing a training exercise out in Michigan back in like 2015, 2016. We had just got through doing a training with the Nigerian Army. One of our vehicles got stuck in the mud, so I was teaching a private how to basically recover a vehicle, after being stuck. Long story short, I got my finger caught in a bulldozer winch cable, and it snapped the tips off my middle finger. So I'm missing the whole top section of my middle finger, and that's how I got the nickname Bacon Bits.
So when you have to give somebody the finger, do you give them a different finger?
Oh, no, I give them the same one.
You only give them 3/4 of it, though.
Yeah. My 3/4 is still a lot longer than most people's middle fingers. So.
Staff Sergeant, first of all, great work by you, and way to get through all of that, and now having some fun with the nickname. Do I also understand that throughout your military career, you've played semi-pro football? Is that right?
Oh, yeah. Yes, I have.
Tell me, what position you play?
I play quarterback.
Really?
I play quarterback. I actually just got through playing this past spring, but I had a season-ending injury, so I'm taking off for a while.
And what was that injury?
I actually broke my leg.
Oh my God, man! Oh.
Yeah, but this was back during the spring. I'm fully healed now. So.
Oh, good for you. Hey, are you a right-handed thrower or a left-handed thrower?
Oh no, I'm a lefty.
Okay, and is your middle finger that you lost the top digit, is that your right hand or your left hand?
It's my left hand.
Okay, so you throw the football with the messed up hand.
Yep.
Any problems with missing that little digit at the top?
Oh, no, not at all. I still got a tight spiral and everything.
Beautiful. Hey, Staff Sergeant, we just wanted to thank you for your 12 years of service. It is a great partnership between us at ESPN LA and Ocean Subaru of Fullerton, where Omar, their general manager, spent 20-plus years in the U.S. Army. We just wanted to say thank you for your service, highlight who you are and what you do, and give you and your family an Islands gift card so you can go enjoy a burger and a beer and some nice fries and just have a nice dinner or a lunch on us at Ocean Subaru of Fullerton and 710 ESPN. Thank you so much for your service, Staff Sergeant Vincent Bacon. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you, guys. Thank you guys for this opportunity. I really appreciate it. Happy holidays to all of you guys.
Happy holidays to you, sir. Awesome. 12 days of giving back, this partnership between ESPN LA and Ocean Subaru, and we're highlighting local military members and what they do for our community. Great job, Staff Sergeant Bacon Bits.
Yeah, I love that Bacon Bits.
Pretty good, huh?
Not bad at all.
Mm-hmm.
The 12 days of giving back tomorrow will be day 12, and tomorrow will be the final Sedano and Cap morning show for 2025. Then we will have 2 weeks of the Sedano and Cap holiday special, which will feature the best moments from 2025. We will return on Monday, January 5th. Now, the mongrel of the morning is coming up, Cappy. But first, let's pay off this tease. And let's play the audio from Chris Canty, shall we?
Let's do it.
So if you were the Raiders, they have a ton of cap space going into next season.
Yeah.
Tua and a second Is that enough for you?
For the Raiders? Sure. Yeah. A second-round pick? Man, a second-round pick should be a starter for your football team sooner rather than later. So if somebody's willing to give you a second-round pick, then if you're the Raiders, you got to take it. You got to take it. Ev, here's the thing. You don't have to keep him on the team. That's exactly what the Cleveland Browns didn't keep Brock Osweiler on the team. It's not a situation where you got to keep him. You're just trading for him for the pick. And to my knowledge, the NFL hasn't outlawed it. It's a gray area. We see it all the time in the NBA. When teams are trying to dump star players, they match the salaries, but the salaries of the guys that they're trading are expiring contracts. We see it all the time.
Wait a second. So Canty is suggesting that because I feel like I'm missing the beginning of this. Canty is suggesting that the Raiders trade with the Dolphins.
Yeah.
And the Raiders would receive Tua and a wait, say that again?
And a second-round pick, yeah.
You get Tua and a second-round pick for the number 1 overall pick?
I think that's what he's saying.
For their first-round pick, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay, no chance.
No chance.
No. Hey, listen.
Ever.
I wish I would have heard that before Chris Canty left because that is a terrible idea.
That's an awful idea. First of all, because you're probably going to, if you get the number 1 overall pick, you're probably drafting quarterback, right? You're probably drafting Fernando Mendoza.
Would think so.
So there's not really any other quarterback that you even think about. Dante Moore, maybe, but
maybe.
Nah. So whatever you get in the second round is not going to be Mendoza.
Well, I mean, first of all, I don't want to take Tua because I don't think Tua can make my team better, number 1. And to Canty's point, even if you trade for him and release him, you're trading for him, and therefore you're picking up some of that contract. And Tua's contract is ridiculous. You know, they paid him like top-level starting quarterback kind of money, and now the Dolphins are looking for some sucker out there to take that off their hands. The difference between what the Rams did with the Lions is the Rams traded a starting quarterback and got a starting quarterback. And the reason that the Lions were willing to do something like that is because they believed that there was still upside in Jared Goff, which they were proven right. And the Rams were proven right. So a contract that everybody thought was not movable was movable. But you can't trade the number 1 overall pick and have a quarterback like using Mendoza or more. You've got to get a quarterback that is a young up-and-comer because now you've got Mahomes who's hurt. You don't know if Kelsey's coming back. You don't know if Andy Reid's coming back. You see what Bo Nix is in only his second year. You know what Justin Herbert is in like his 5th or 6th year. You've got to get a quarterback of that caliber or you're never, ever, ever going to you'll never compete in this division. No. So you got to get a young quarterback, and you got to build around that kid.
But do you guys think, though, that, like, Tua, like, is one of those guys where maybe he just needs a change of scenery? Because it was only, like, 2 years ago people were talking about him having an MVP season. Or do you think it's more like the concussions really, like, did him in physically?
Well, the concussions are one thing, but also then he's going to go to the Raiders with the offensive line that they have, where he's going to get hit more often than he does even in Miami right now. That's a bad $39 million that he's owed next year. And it's $54 million on the cap.
What would you rather have? You ready?
Yeah.
Would you rather have Tua at $39 million in salary and $54 million of a cap hit, or would you rather have a rookie quarterback on a rookie quarterback contract, even if he's the first overall pick? It still costs you a lot less, and it still has a lot more upside.
Always want the quarterback on the rookie contract is always how you get better. That's
but with
how
no offensive line, he's going to die out there. So you need to build the offensive line first.
Yeah, no matter who it is.
That's where all the money that's what Canty talked about, how they have so much money next year. That's where that money goes. You go out around the league. You go pick up veteran guys that are good on the offensive line. Try to find somebody. You also get some of your guys back on the offensive line. You get Colton Miller back, who's your left tackle, was extremely important. Jackson Powers-Johnson is another guy that has been hurt the entire year. So your offensive line can be better next year. You just have to have the quarterback back there also.
Yeah, and Tua's not that.
No way.
And by the way, Lindsay, to your question, I actually do believe that part of the reason that Tua never lived up to the hype is all of the concussions in his career. I don't know this is a fact, but I question it. Like, how much does that impact your brain and then the function of your brain on the field?
Well,
so,
yeah, I mean there's plenty of people who we've seen end up with, like, CTE, and there's a lot of quarterbacks that, or just players in general, that they talk about it way after the fact. But when you get hit as hard and as much as he did, he's had, like, very public, you know, like there have been very, very big injuries, like well-publicized injuries, where I feel like in the past they used to downplay it a little bit more. And I feel like he's had so many concussions that maybe it's starting to affect him already.
We've had so many conversations on this station about whether or not Tua should even play football ever again.
Right, like going into last season.
So, no, trading for Tua sounds like an awful idea.
Terrible. If you told me, hey, the Raiders want to take the number 1 overall pick and they want to trade the pick and move down, I'd say, okay, show me what they can get. Because if you could take a number 1 overall pick and you could turn it into 3 or 4 or 5 picks, and maybe one is a latter part of the first round, and you could still feel like this is not some great quarterback class, but I could get the number 3 or 4 quarterback, we could have that conversation. But not for Tua and a second-round pick. No chance.
No way. So, Canty, sorry, not going to happen.
8:01 in the morning. The Sedano and Cap Morning Show on 710 ESPN. KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station. Now, Cappy, yesterday I was tagged, all of us were, in a Call Jacob Instagram story.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, this was a crowning achievement. I have never been tagged in a Call Jacob Instagram story, and it was a clip of him joining us the other morning because he is a founding partner of the Sedano and Cap Morning Show and the official personal injury attorney of the Sedano and Cap Morning Show. So let's talk about our friend Jacob and Ronnie.
Let's do that. Here's something that probably a lot of people don't realize. So the insurance companies, they get what's going on this time of the year. The holidays are expensive. You're trying to buy gifts. You may be traveling. You may be taking some time off work. All of those bills are starting to pile up. And when you get injured, they may try to pressure you into a quick settlement before you even realize how serious your injuries might be. You may get on a phone call with the insurance company and they'll say something like, well, this is the best we can do. And they might act like they're doing you some favor, but here's what they know. This guy's desperate, man. This guy's got more bills coming. He got a lot of kids. This guy's spending so much money on Christmas. He'll take whatever he can get, and he can take it right now. Well, that's not an accident. That is a strategy. So if you get hurt, even if it's just a little nothing fender bender, you call Jacob. You call the law offices of Jacob and Ronnie and get someone in your corner who deals with these kinds of tactics every single day. Jacob will help you understand what your case is really worth, what your medical care should look like, and what you should never, ever, ever sign without the right guidance, and there is no fee unless he wins. I've told this story, but I saw Jacob on social media walk into a conference room, sit across from one of his clients, and say, hey, do you remember what we talked about in terms of what kind of a settlement we would accept? And the guy said, yeah, I remember, Jacob. And Jacob said, here, take a look what's inside here. And the guy opens it up, and it was like 4 times more than what they'd even talked about. So I'm telling you right now, don't think about talking to these insurance companies on your own. You let Jacob handle things. You call him at his new number, 800-345-6789. That's 800-345-6789. Say it loud, say it proud, put it in your phone. Jacob is the official sponsor of the Lakers, of the Rams, of the LAFC, and you need to call him when you get into an accident. 800-345-6789 or go to calljacob.com.
Thank you, Cappy. I have unblocked the lines. I've opened them up. 877-710-ESPN, because Shinato's not here. We will do a mongrel of the morning from YouTube. We've got a special shout-out, and maybe we'll take some calls if they're good. 877-710-ESPN. The Sedano and Cap Morning Show on a Thursday. We're back in 3.5 minutes from right now, sucker.
The Sedano and Cap Morning Show. We'd like to thank our founding partner,
Providence. Providence, caring with compassion in Southern California.
This is the Sedano and Cap Morning Show.
Have you heard the refinancing rule of thumb that says you have to drop your rate at least 0.5% to refi because it'll take several years of savings to recoup the closing costs for a refi? The Loan Exchange says the rule is nonsense. With a Loan Exchange free closer, you can lower your rate without paying any cost whatsoever. That's right, lower your rate with no cost and your balance doesn't go up. You start saving on the first day you have the loan and every day thereafter. If you decide to move next year or rates drop further, you can exchange that loan for another without losing a dollar that was tied up in closing costs. Today's 15-year fixed-free closer rate in APR is 4.99%. So if your current mortgage rate is higher than 4.99%, give the Loan Exchange a call at 855-752-9944 or log on to theloanexchange.com. It won't cost you a thing. NMLS 1637539. Loan subject to credit approval. See website for licensing information, loan terms and conditions. Equal housing lender. Call 855-752-9944 or visit theloanexchange.com.
It's exactly what everyone wanted. The best offers of the season during the 2025 Subaru Share the Love event at Ocean Subaru Fullerton, where we will donate $325 for every new vehicle purchased or leased to the charity of your choice. Take advantage of 0% financing for 36 months on a 2025 Subaru Outback Premium all-wheel drive.
With approved credit through Subaru Motors Finance. Not all buyers of vehicles will qualify. $325 donation consists of $250 from Subaru and an additional $75 from Ocean Subaru Fullerton, plus tax, tag, title, and dock fee. Zero security deposit. Offer do not combine. See dealer for complete details. Expires 12/31/2025.
Pchanga Resort Casino is rewarding you on another level. Bring in a rewards card from one of 16 Southern California casinos and access exclusive benefits with Pchanga's tier status match program. Qualified members can even win $25,000 club dollars. But hurry, this limited time offer ends December 31st and match statuses remain valid through January 31st, 2026. Open to new and existing Pchanga club members. Visit the club at Pchanga for more details. Must be 21 or older with valid ID.
Hey, it's Mace. Did you know Goodwill, Southern California, is more than just amazing thrift finds? They're transforming lives with job training, career placement, and supportive services for veterans, youth, and individuals overcoming barriers to employment. Every donation and purchase fuels these life-changing programs. For more information on how you can help, go to powerofwork.goodwillsocal.org. That's powerofwork.goodwillsocal.org. Brought to you by GSC Verizon Skill Forward.
I would like to tell everybody this. If you look at the PrizePicks app and you look at the bottom right corner, you look at the profile right down here, right here. Follow me on PrizePicks. I'll follow you back on PrizePicks. And now you can follow my picks. And I've been hot, and I can follow your picks, and we can all follow each other on PrizePicks. Let me tell you something. You tell that Italian stallion uncle of yours, Chris Morales, I have been hot on PrizePicks. Download the PrizePicks app and use the code 710. Make your first $5 lineup. Get $50 instantly from PrizePicks.
PrizePicks, it's good to be right.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
You're hanging out with the Sedano and Cap Morning Show.
I just wanted to inject all that passion and energy. Yeah.
George Sedano.
Are you ready to say this thing is a complete disaster?
Scott Kaplan.
Yeah.
More Sedano and Cap right now.
You got to rub me the right way, Cappy. You know that?
I do, and I will.
Thank you.
I do, and I have.
8:09, good morning. Sedano and Cap Morning Show on a Thursday. Rams game day Thursday, Rams Seahawks. Kick off at 5:15 tonight. You'll hear that on the all-new ESPN app, 1070 a.m. and 93.1 Jack FM. Lakers will be on 7:10 a.m. And hopefully we'll be rubbing the genie in the bottle later on.
Well, I hope you're right, man. This sounds crazy to say. This sounds ridiculous to say. But this is am I going to say this?
Just do it.
It's a must-win game. It's a must-win game for the Rams.
It's a must-win.
It is
must-win.
Don't say it's Ireland.
Because if you lose this game, you're out of the top spot in the NFC West. You're out of the top spot in the NFC. And you don't know what's going to happen then. You need to, if you're the Rams, here's the thing, just win out. If you just win out for the rest of the season, all's good. If you lose tonight, all could be very, very bad.
So you can't call it a must-win because they're already in the playoffs.
No, it's a must-win, or else guess what? Matthew Stafford has to probably go on the road.
You're right,
and we saw
Fergie.
how that turned out.
All of those things are true. You're absolutely correct. But they're in the playoffs, and once you get into the playoffs, anything can happen.
No, it's a must-win.
But let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
What do you think gives the Rams the better chance of making it to the Super Bowl?
Winning, having the number one spot, having the bye, all of those things are much, much better for the Rams.
The bye today is more important than ever before because of Devontae Adams' hamstring. Hamstring is a very, very dangerous injury to deal with.
Sticky, you said?
Sticky. Oh, sticky situation.
By the way, happy 45th birthday, Christina Aguilera. That's what I pointed out.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I just
Happy birthday, girl.
I want to bring it full circle.
Yeah, pay it off, man.
Pay it off.
No, but it's true. Like, Lindsay, if you go back to ESPN did something. I read it early this morning. ESPN tried to look into a crystal ball and give you what could happen over the next 3 weeks in the NFL.
They used their FPI to simulate the games. It wasn't a crystal ball. There's some an actual technology here, Cap.
You're right.
8-ball?
You're right. You're right, Lindsay. It's not really just sort of pie in the sky. I've got this crystal ball and I'm acting like I can see the future. They've actually utilized all the data that they have and they fed it to some sort of supercomputer, and this is what it spit out. And I'll tell you guys right now, Rams fans, you're not going to like what their prediction is, at least tonight, but you will like what their prediction ultimately comes out to. But really what they've got so far, at least for this week, is that they think the Rams will lose this game. They've got the Rams losing tonight 27-25. And then what happens from here is you've got 2 weeks left to go. And even though the Rams would go from the 1 seed right now all the way down to the 5 seed, and by the way, we saw Chicago do this a couple of weeks ago, right, where they lost to Green Bay and their whole playoff status changed, but then they came back and they won and it changed again. And that's what ESPN is predicting will happen with the Rams. They think they'll lose this game tonight only to eventually come back and still wind up winning the division and being the number 1 seed overall. Linz, can you walk us through what they did?
Well, they'd use the FPI, the Football Power Index, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that basically shows you the percentage of, the probability of each team getting where. So they started with projecting the Week 16 scores to, like you said, the Rams lost to the Seahawks. However, they ended up in the NFC, they ended up going 13-4. And so
damn it,
that's the number 1 seed. And then the wild card matchup, they don't have to play that, right? Because
they would win the division, right?
And then they have a Super Bowl. It has them going to the Super Bowl playing the Patriots.
Right. So even listen, I say must win, and Bergie, I hear what you're saying, and I know that you're right that the Rams are already in the playoffs. So it's not like they have to win to keep their playoff hopes alive. That is fair. But if they win this game, they change everything. In other words, when you look at the ESPN Football Power Index, it's lose this game, win the next 2 weeks, and then the combination of how other teams win or lose, the Rams still wind up winning the division. They still wind up going into the playoffs as the number 1 seed.
So the FBI is saying no matter what, even with the loss, they're still getting the number 1 overall.
Just don't lose tonight. How about that?
But that's the point. That's exactly right. That's why
It's only a simulator. It's only a simulator. So,
but that's why I say must win. And I know it sounds ridiculous, and I know it sounds like an exaggeration, and I know that mathematically speaking, it is not a must win because they're already in the postseason. But you go to Seattle and you win on the road in some weather without your top wide receiver in a game that you should have won easily last time you went out and you didn't get it done, and they still had a chance to win. Winning this game puts them perfectly positioned for the number 1 overall seed and the Super Bowl to go through LA. Got to win this game.
Rams, Seahawks, Thursday Night Football. We'll talk about it more. It is time for the Mongrel of the Morning, Cappy. Who's it brought to you by?
It's brought to us by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times, less than 90 minutes from wherever a mongrel may be.
Now, I've got a special shout-out.
Okay.
We will also do a mongrel from the YouTube chat, but we're going to test out a call here. Let's see how it goes before we take any more calls. 877-710-ESPN. Johnny in Long Beach. Good morning, Johnny.
Johnny in Long Beach.
Good morning. Hey, Chris, first of all, you look great.
Thank you.
That's good work.
Thank you so much, sir.
Look fantastic. 2 things. On the Rams, I want to kick back to the Monday night game with the Dolphins real quick after. There's been talk about Devontae Adams, how the Rams, they can beat Seattle without him. And I think the problem is even though he wasn't targeted that many times the last game, he's a threat. He's a threat. And he takes some pressure off of Puka. So I think it's going to hinder the Rams' offense, him not being there because of that. What are your thoughts on that?
I'm going to say this. Point made. We all know how great Devontae Adams is. And as I said a couple of weeks ago, we may have underestimated how great he was because maybe it got lost with the Jets and with the Raiders. But I will say this, that as great a year as Davante Adams is having, and he leads the league with 14 touchdowns, and the guy is so dangerous in the red zone because he makes so many great plays catching touchdown passes. I believe that Tutu Atwell, who has not had an impact on this season other than that game-winning touchdown against the Colts, and then he was hurt and he didn't play for weeks. I think Tutu Atwell can step up. I think Xavier Smith is able to step up. Jordan Whittington is a guy. Kanata Mumfield. I think every one of those other wide receivers, 3, 4, 5, and 6, they're all waiting for their opportunity. And I just think that with this quarterback and with this offensive system, one of those guys could step up tonight and have a really huge game. And oh, by the way, if it's not one of the other wide receivers, then guess what? It's Colby Parkinson. It's Davis Allen. It's Terrence Ferguson. There are so many weapons besides just receiver 1 and receiver 2. So I'm very bullish on the Rams tonight, even without Davante Adams, who, like I said, was targeted 8 times in the first game of the year, but only had 1 reception. I think the Rams can win the game, even with Davante Adams not dressed.
Go Rams! And real quick, did you watch the last Monday night's game with the Dolphins? Troy Aikman could not. He had a fit with the coach of the Dolphins when they were down, and they were not rushing their offense. They were taking their time when they were down by double digits, and they're taking their time in the last 7 minutes. They were huddling up. I thought Troy Aikman was going to have his head was going to blow up.
Well, he was he was irritated. He was like, "Hey, I don't understand, guys. You're down. You're losing. You guys have had a couple of good weeks. Like, where's the urgency here?" And the Dolphins certainly did not play like that. But here we go, Stillers. They got the win. There you go. Exactly right. Johnny in Long Beach.
Thank you, Johnny.
Solid call.
It was solid, but it went on for a while, so we'll pivot from there. Okay. Let's give a shout-out right here before we do the mongrel from the YouTube to Madison Espinoza. Madison Espinoza. She is on her way to school today. She's got her AP Chem final, and she is the daughter of Luis Espinoza. Luis, a big fan of ours, calls in. When we used to take calls all the time, he called in to, what's the feature they do in the afternoon?
Sports Graffiti?
Oh, yeah, he called in to Sports Graffiti the other day. He's the one whose son uses schwans and all that stuff.
Okay, right.
But Madison's favorite bit is when I say, Jack. So, Madison, have a good AP Chem final today, Jack.
Well, also, Chris, why don't you tell Madison where the Rams game can be heard today because Jack comes into play there, too.
93.1 Jack. That was good.
Well done,
you can hear
Cappy.
the Rams today on 93.1 Jack FM, on AM 1070, KNX, and, of course, on the ESPN LA app in crystal clear digital audio. So the Rams on 1070 AM, Lakers on 710 AM, because we got Lakers Jazz tonight. So don't miss any of it from LA's mega sports station. And here's the thing. We're going to now do a shout-out to the YouTube.
Okay.
Puka Doncic is the YouTube user that I want to shout out because his name is so catchy that apparently, and I didn't know this, that yesterday, Bergie on the air with DeMarco and Travis said Puka Doncic.
I did.
Instead of Luka Doncic because of Puka Doncic on YouTube.
Actually, I said Puka Doncic instead of Puka Nakua.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to talk about Puka Nakua, and I said Puka Doncic, and they're like, who?
Oh, nice.
So that name stuck into my head. And also, there was something where Puka earlier in the year, I wish Parker was here, he did something, and he wants to do a podcast with Luka and call it Puka Doncic or something along those lines. So it all got
Puka
stuck in my head.
Well, Puka and Luka,
Yeah. So shout out to Puka Doncic for screwing me up on the afternoon show.
By the way, yesterday we were having that whole conversation about Puka, and I know everybody's probably trying to find this podcast and listen to it. I personally have not, but I did see a lot of social media posts, and all the publicity yesterday was about what Puka had to say about the referees wanting to be on TV, and that's why they call certain penalties, that they're group texting their people going, yo, you see me on TV? You see my guns? I've been working out really hard. Man, I don't know what in God's name Puka was doing, but as more and more and more comes out about this podcast, you're like, bro.
It's not a podcast. It's a kick stream, Cappy. Get it right.
Yeah, it's a kick
My bad.
stream.
My bad, y'all.
What's a kick stream?
I don't. It's an app that you use to stream live.
Oh.
Because he got kicked off the
Right,
Twitch.
He's not on Twitch anymore.
So it's different than a podcast. So
Okay.
I'm just saying that's what I keep reading. Everyone's correcting other people. Like, no, get it right, Unk.
Okay, I'm an unk.
Yeah.
I agree. I'm an unk.
I'm an Unk too.
But this is all. It's just going further and further. There's more and more videos that are coming out from that kick stream
And
right.
you guys said yesterday, though, you're like, well, this is going to be a distraction for the team. And I'm like, yesterday I'm downplaying it. I'm like, oh, no, it's no big deal.
You were so downplaying it yesterday.
I know. And honestly, now.
Were we right or were we right?
No, you guys were right. 24 hours later, because it wasn't just about the referees and their wanting to be on TV. There's so much more over the last 24 hours. The reason I haven't really gone deep into it this morning is because I'm still trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together, because that's how much happened in like 24 hours
or you
around
just can't
Puka.
find it. You can't find it because you don't have Kick.
You don't have Kickstream.
I don't have Kickstream?
I'm just saying, if you don't, I think you just watch the whole thing back, right?
Would anybody here?
That? I don't think I'd watch
I feel like, based on what Cappy's saying, considering there's all these different pieces, parts that everyone's like, what the hell's going on here? I feel like it might be worth like the full watch.
I don't want to give him views.
Listen, if I were Sean McVay yesterday, I pull Puka Nakua aside. I go, hey, man. Listen, bro, I know you're young, and I know that you're famous, and I know that you're playing in Los Angeles, and I get what it is to be young and good-looking and famous and not only rich, because Puka, remember, he's
not
on a
really
fifth.
Rich, yeah.
Well, right, he's on a fifth-round rookie contract, and if I had to look up the numbers, I'll bet you he's making. I'm going to guess here, $800,000 is his.
It's about $1 million a year, yeah.
Yeah, base salary, like call it $1 million a year. So you're rich, but you're about to be explosively wealthy. You understand, young man? Like you're going to go from making fifth-round money to making top overall wide receiver caliber money. You're about to go from having a rookie contract that's, 4 years, $5 million, if it's even that, to you're going to get a 5-year, $150 million kind of contract. You're going to become explosively wealthy. So if you're already young and rich and famous and great on the field, and you're kind of not being overly smart with how you use your fame, you're going to have a big problem on your hands here, especially when you get a lot more money. So honestly, from what I've heard, and I haven't watched the whole thing, admittedly, I'm a little disappointed.
Yeah, it's disappointing, and also because if you just go back to the whole part about the refs, you're just not going to get calls anymore, or you're going to get calls against you, and then if they don't call something, if you say, hey, where's that call? Why didn't you make that call? Oh, well, I'm just a lawyer that, wants some TV time, and I didn't want to take up that TV time.
Yeah.
The refs are going to start targeting you in that kind of way.
That would actually be very funny. That would be really funny if he were mic'd, and he says to the referee, come on, man, that was obvious pass interference. And the referee goes, yeah, but, I don't want you to think I'm just doing calls to get on TV to sell group text to all my pals, man. I just don't want to take up that much time.
Yeah, they're not supposed to be, to go after him, but it's probably going to happen a little bit. But even so, it's just dumb to start doing these kind of things, especially now, short week, where Sean McVay told him, do not do this. It happens anyway. Devontae Adams is hurting. So you're bringing media attention to you that's not needed in that sense.
So that's what I'm trying to find, Bergie, because you referenced it this morning, but I'm having trouble. Anyway, so Sean McVay told him to not do this interview, right?
Right, he did.
Well, can I just understand that? Because I just want to make sure I'm clear. Apparently, when these two streamer dudes showed up at the Rams facility, they were under the impression that they were going into the Rams facility to do this with Puka there, and they were shut out. And then Puka said something to them like, oh, sorry, man, I thought my people had communicated and whatever. Sean McVay doesn't want streamers around on a short week. Oh, by the way, you're Sean McVay. Hey, Puka, in all of this short week, playoff scenario, all this other stuff, I just had a baby.
No Devontae Adams?
Right. No Devontae Adams. We got certain guys in the secondary that are hurt or other guys that aren't playing great. And I just had a baby, dude. You're gonna add this to my plate? Come on, man. Grow up.
Yeah, grow up.
Good job, Cappy. Good job. That's the hot take we wanted.
Yeah,
that's
grow up, bro.
Now, a lot of our promos about this show are about goofy stuff, but that's the promo material we wanted.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people have that take. Like, people are disappointed in him, obviously. And then I did see, to my question yesterday, as far as whether or not he's going to get fined, there's a couple different sources saying that, like, yes, like the fine for talking badly about the refs or what is it, criticizing the officials?
Yep.
That there's not really a context to it, so he could potentially get fined for it.
Well, yeah, it's left very open-ended for these reasons.
Right, exactly.
No, it's all kind of. And now I'm looking up. I'm trying to find that sound that you were talking about, but
We'll
I'm looking at.
We'll effort it.
Yeah, but I found something. So Mookie Betts was on the podcast yesterday, and you'd think, oh, Mookie's smart. He doesn't do certain things. I'm not going to say exactly what it was, but he's trying to get. He's a gotcha guy.
Yeah,
he's trying to get Mookie by saying certain things, like, oh, he said this to make it sound like he's like taking shots at X. It's really
so
really
essentially,
bad.
we're doing exactly what this guy wants.
Oh,
Aiden Ross,
dude,
the streamer.
This guy, the streamer dude, has completely manipulated us as well. And by the way, I'm just getting a text from one of our great listeners out there who's letting me know that Puka is going to make $1 million, which after taxes, he's going to make about $480,000. So while he may not necessarily be rich yet, and I mean like really rich, you got other things. He's making money in other places right now. I mean, he got a deal with Nike. You saw him walk into the stadium on Sunday. He's carrying that glass suitcase, and inside of it were his shoes that he was going to wear that day. So he's getting paid from other places, but he's about to become exceptionally wealthy for the rest of his life. We talk about this phrase, generational wealth. That's what Puka Nakua is going to get, whether it's from the Rams or from somebody else. And if it's not from the Rams, if the Rams don't sign Puka and somebody else eventually signs him as a free agent, we're all going to ask the same question. Why? And then we're going to wind up coming back to yesterday. And then the stories will start to come as to why they chose not to sign him. Because yesterday was a bad, bad look for Puka Nakua at the wrong time for the Rams.
Good job, Cappy.
Thank
you. Want to cut that up and just play that on your Cappy cast later? Because that was hot take.
That was very hot take. And by the way, I hope that makes it into the best of over the next couple of weeks.
Well, it depends on how tonight goes.
Yeah,
if
that's
they
true.
lose tonight, that's going to get play a lot next week.
Yeah.
And a lot of promos. If they win tonight, then it's all kind of moot.
Tell you this right now, real quick. If he does this dance that these guys had him doing yesterday, if he does this dance, he will have created so many problems for himself.
Oh, yeah.
And the Rams organization. Hey, Puka, I hope you score twice. Please don't do that dance, man.
We will see. We will see 8:27 in the morning. The Sedano and Cap Morning Show on a Thursday, Rams game day. But right now, Cappy, let's talk about our friends at Sellers Advantage.
I would love to, and I would like to start off first and foremost by sending some love to our friend Damon Lyons. And Damon has been posting on Instagram that his mom has unfortunately died. And I spoke to Damon about it yesterday, and we had this conversation. You know, there's nothing you can ever say to somebody when you lose somebody, especially, you know, even if they're an older person. You're never prepared for it, you know? And there's nothing I can say or I can do. But the one thing we did talk about is being grateful for the amount of time that you got to share with that person. So, Damon, I'm sending you a ton of love. I know, Chris, you did as well yesterday. And from everybody who's a Sellers Advantage customer or has been or will be, we're sending you a lot of love. But now let's talk about this real quick. What can Sellers Advantage do for you? Here's what they can do. They can pay you more for your home than you probably expect. That's number one. They can save you a lot of money because when you use Sellers Advantage, you don't have to spend $40,000, $50,000, $100,000 to fix up a home that you're moving out of. And I know a realtor will come in and they'll go, hey, if you spend $50,000, I'll make sure you get $100,000. You'll get your money back. Don't worry. That's what you say. I don't want to spend any money. I just want to sell my home and move on. And whether that's because you inherited the home and you don't want to be a landlord, you don't want to pay the property taxes, your kids are all grown up, they've moved out of the house, you got more space than you need, or maybe you're just ready to cash out and go live a simpler life somewhere else, costs a lot less. Whatever your reason is for selling, Sellers Advantage can help you. They can make it really fast. It's a cash transaction, so you don't have any fear of it falling through. And there are tons of reviews that tell you that there are satisfied customers all over Southern California when using Sellers Advantage. So call them today for your free, that's important, free, no obligation cash offer today. 888-390-AS-IS. That's the way they'll buy your home. 888-390-AS-IS or 888, I'll slow it down, 390-2747 or visit sellersadvantage.com. Don't worry, sell happy with Sellers Advantage.
Thank you, Cappy.
Got to hit the at the end.
Yeah, I like that. In about 3 minutes, we'll be back. We'll do a little radio Tinder, and then at 8:45, our very own Carlos Saisu, our head of social media and digital, is live from the Rams drive-through food drive at SoFi Stadium today, presented by Pchanga Resort Casino. Speaking of Pchanga, I'll be at Pchanga Resort Casino at Kelsey's tonight for the Rams Seahawks watch party. Remember, still able to make reservations. Go to ESPNLA.com. We're giving away the Puka foursome tonight. Puka. A Sua foursome. Oh, Sua. so you can play in Sue Craven's foursome. We've also got that ESPN LA VIP suite experience you can win. You got to be in person at Kelsey's tonight. Go to ESPNLA.com for all the details. Radio Tinder, 3 minutes from right now on the Sedano and Cap Morning Show, Jack.
The Sedano and Cap Morning Show. We'd like to thank our founding partner,
Cadillac of Beverly Hills. Cadillac of Beverly Hills. Experience luxury at the top of its game. Visit CadillacBeverlyHills.com.
This is the Sedano and Cap Morning Show.
Hey guys, Cappy here. Let's talk about something serious for just a minute. Picture this. You're on your usual drive to work. You're thinking about your day ahead, right? You walk into the office, you sit down at your desk, you power on your computer, but instead of your familiar desktop popping up, zippo, nothing. Your files are locked, your data's frozen, you've been hacked. For anyone who's ever lived through it, you know how stressful and expensive it can be. We're talking thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars. And then there's the uphill battle of getting your cyber insurance claim actually paid. That's where my friend Anegat and his team of public adjusters come in. You might know them from water damage claims, but they also handle cyber insurance. And if you're not sure that you're fully protected, or you're not sure if your insurance application was filled out correctly, don't wait until it's too late. Call Anegat at 818-917-5256 today. That's 818-917-5256 for Anegat.
What's going on, LA? Bethel Durant here, and Toyota-thon is officially on. Go see my friends at Northridge Toyota or Wonders Toyota for a brand new 2025 Tacoma that's ready to lease for just $87 a month for 36 months plus tax. That's what I'm rolling in. It's a perfect time for a trade-in. Your ride might be worth more than ever. Northridge Toyota, Wonders Toyota, they make it easy.
Tacoma SR 2.4-cylinder turbo rear-wheel drive, 6-foot bed extra cab, model 7162G, VIN number 3TY, JDAHN, 1STO 37657, base excludes tax, title, license, registration fees, dealer options, and charges. $59.95 down, payment $87, expires 12/31/25.
Park, party, and play at Hollywood Park Casino, LA's hottest card room. Pre-game with friends on game days inside Century Bar and Grill and enjoy daily lunch specials or catch up over a late-night dinner. Step into Ray's Lounge and enjoy live music, DJs on the weekends, and savory crafted cocktails. The only spot where you can park, party, and play 24/7. Hollywood Park Casino now open. Located next to the Forum and SoFi Stadium and the all-new Intuit Dome. For more info, go to playhpc.com or follow them at PlayHPC. Must be 21 plus to enter.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com.
If your car is out of warranty, one major repair bill could wipe you out. Just ask Ludacris.
Car breakdowns can wreck your wallet. Without Endurance, a worn-out timing belt could cost you $1,700. A busted transmission, that's $4,000 easy. An engine meltdown, $7,000. But if you got Endurance, you could never pay out of pocket for a car repair again. With Endurance, your car's most expensive parts are covered. Plus, you pick the mechanic you trust to do the work. With Endurance, your rate stays the same no matter how many claims you file.
If your car is under 20 years old, Endurance has you covered with unlimited miles. Plus, your plan includes 24/7 roadside assistance anywhere in the country. Choose the name Ludacris trusts, Endurance. Right now, get $300 off any plan, plus a year of elite benefits, a $2,000 value, free. All backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. For your free quote, call 800-431-8958. 800-431-8958. 800-431-8958.
Hi, this is Anegat, founding partner of the Sedano and Cap Morning Show. Anegat Inc. is your trusted Los Angeles public adjuster. Call me directly at 818-917-5256 for help navigating the complexity of your insurance claim. Now back to the Sedano and Cap Morning Show. Good morning, guys.
Good morning, Abner. 8:34, Cappy. The Sedano and Cap Morning Show on a Thursday, Rams game day. Lakers game day, too, Jack. Happy 82nd birthday. He's 82 today. The man playing guitar right here, Keith Richards.
This is one of my favorite Stone songs.
Well, it's been used in enough movies. This is always the cocaine scene.
Right.
Or the robbery scene.
Yep. Great song. 82, man. Amazing. What's really amazing is some of these old guys. You talk about Keith Richards, Mick Jagger. I think about other guys, Frankie Valli. These freaking guys, man, they're in their 80s and they are still touring and they are still performing. And you ask yourself why. It's the same reason why Pete Carroll wants to coach again. Because it's what you do. It's in your blood. You can't live without it.
By the way, speaking of those Scorsese movies that this was used in, Ray Liotta, we lost him in 2022. Happy birthday, Ray Liotta.
Wait, he died?
Yeah, in 2022.
Lindsay, I swear to you, I'm glad you said it before I said it, because I also think I missed Ray Liotta dying.
Yeah,
I don't remember that.
It was a big deal, yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he's still alive.
He's not.
You sure?
Yeah.
No. Tupac's still
We did a
alive.
lot of tributes then because, of course, iconic role in the movie Goodfellas.
Right.
I
God,
don't
Ray
remember
Liotta
that.
died?
Yeah, seriously, I don't
I feel like I
remember
missed
that.
it. God, I
missed it.
I love him.
Played Henry Hill, who's a real person, of course.
Come on, Henry.
Henry's
you know
also-
what you said.
Henry's
You're a big
also-
boy.
Henry Hill's also dead. Yeah.
Oh, the real Henry Hill's really
Yes.
dead.
By the
That
way,
I believe.
Probably the best use of this song in Scorsese movies was the opening of Departed. The way they used this in the opening of Departed with the Jack Nicholson scene might be the best use of this song. And it's been used in iconic movies and in iconic scenes. Give Me Shelter by the Stones, Cap.
You know who else is still alive is George Young, who was the guy that Johnny Depp played in Blow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I think he recently got out of prison.
Did he really?
I think so, yeah.
That was
I
a
know
great movie.
Yeah, and the ending is so sad when he's like in the prison yard and he like pretends to see, like he thinks he sees
Spoiler,
his daughter
gee.
out there. Oh, come on, the movie's 20 years old.
I really feel bad about this Ray Liotta
Me
thing,
too,
though.
Cappy.
I feel
I do.
horrible.
I just had to
feel
Google
horrible.
it 'cause I
know.
forgot.
I know, and I just think about that scene. Funny how? No, Tommy, the way you tell the story. No. You said I'm funny. What? I'm a clown to you. I'm here to make you laugh.
Radio Tinder time. We like to play a TV theme. Now, how about this? She turns 50 years old today, the artist Sia. This song was used at the final scene of 6 Feet Under. Did you ever watch 6 Feet Under, Cappy?
No, don't know it.
I never watched it. I watched the last episode, and this song was so powerful by how they do the final ending of 6 Feet Under on HBO. One of the early HBO shows.
Why did you watch just the final episode?
You know what? I only watched the final episode of Seinfeld before I
kidding
watched
me.
all the rest of them.
Really?
Now I've watched the whole series several times.
Seinfeld's amazing.
That's weird.
Yeah, but you don't. But Seinfeld, I feel like you could watch the final episode and it's okay.
Yeah, I was able to stitch it together.
But 6 Feet Under, I don't know the show, but it would seem odd to me that you would watch the last one and then go back and watch all of them.
Did you watch all the rest of 6 Feet Under?
No, I've only ever
so
watched
you've
it.
only watched the final episode.
Was it like you just happened to be in the same place as somebody else that was watching it?
How does it? I was
If I
scrolling on
remember
TV
correct-
and like, hey.
No, if I remember correctly, we were talking about it a lot on the air. I was doing the Bruno show about Yum, and I watched it so I could talk about it.
Just the last episode.
Yeah, and I talked about this song. And back then, we didn't have all these things to pull up music. So I think I had to like order the CD single or something so we could
wow.
play all the. Yeah, I don't remember.
Well, you brought up Seinfeld, like.
Columbia House or something like that?
No, actually, what I did is I taped it, and then I pulled the song off the VHS.
Oh, that is
Nice.
And then played it in the
Nice.
morning.
That's the way we used to do it.
All right, Radio Tinder time. You can follow her at Lindsay Baseball on Twitter or Instagram. Radio Tinder made possible by our friends, the Crazy Hernandez brothers at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. If you're in the market for new flooring, shop at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, where every day is a deal, no gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR or go to HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. No sale beats wholesale. Radio Tinder time. Let me hit your Radio Tinder music here. Take it away, producer Lindsay.
Thanks.
Oh, it didn't hit. Hold on.
Thanks,
let me-
Christopher.
This mouse needs new batteries, Jack.
Oh, really?
Is Chris Canty still on hold?
No, but we definitely need new batteries in here.
Is that in the budget?
No, it's
No,
probably
it's on
not.
the CapEx.
I'm gonna have to buy my own batteries.
I got a whole bunch of them stashed somewhere.
I keep batteries in the refrigerator. Does everybody keep batteries in the
mom does
refrigerator?
that.
I was
Is
told
that-
that
They
it's
last
not
longer.
actually a
Yeah,
thing. I was
it's
told
not.
as a
I
kid
don't keep
we're
them in the
supposed to. You're not supposed to though. It actually does
I'm not
not help.
75, so I don't keep them in the refrigerator.
Yeah, but is it a bad? Does it do
don't
bad
think it
things to
matters.
food?
It doesn't-
You can buy a box of them on Amazon for $4.
My
Yeah.
mom always told me that it
Yeah.
made them last longer. It's not,
Not
true.
true.
It does not.
Okay. Does it do anything to the food? Like, does it radiate the
Probably.
food?
I don't know.
Probably. Probably. I think so.
Probably.
I mean,
I
you know,
think so.
You know all these things about your phone being close to your head all this time, and now I'm just saying. I feel like someday we're gonna be like, wow, I can't believe we did that back then.
All right, Radio Tinder time. Take it away, producer Lindsay.
Thanks, Christopher. So that song was kind of a downer. I was hoping you'd start with like Stone Cold Steve Austin's song, but that's okay because sometimes we do a wrestling theme. So I'll just pretend that you did. All right. So I saw a story about how older people, speaking of old people and Pete Carroll, once they get to a certain age, they should probably stop driving. So there was a recent study done that people tend to drive 7 to 10 years longer than they should, and that people age 70 or older are more likely to crash than any other age group besides drivers age 25 and younger. So there aren't any states that require you to retake the driving test, like the physical driving exam, once you reach a certain age, but there are a couple states where they require you to renew your license in person once you reach age 70 because they want you to check your eyes. But after I saw this, it had me thinking, my grandpa was the worst driver ever. He would ride up on curbs. My mom recently drove through the back of our garage. And I think that they should make it a law or a requirement that once, not even an age, because what if you just got your license, but once you've had your license for, let's say, 50 years, you should have to retake the driving test. Because think about it. Like my grandpa, for example, he said he got his license when he was 13. Imagine how much the laws have changed since then. So do you think, Cappy, that once you have your license for X amount of time, you should have to retake the test? Swipe left or swipe right?
I will swipe right, but I'll just go right out and say what I'm really thinking, which is, older folks need to get this thing done. Because honestly, I got a buddy of mine. I said to him the other day, we had lunch. I go, how's your dad doing? He goes, oh, he's doing great, man. He's 92 years old, and he goes out every night. And I'm like, wait, what? Yeah, because he unfortunately had lost his wife within about the last 2 years. And he's 91, and he goes to charity events, and he goes to shows. And I'm like, wait, you mean to tell me he's out every single night? He's like, literally, he's out every single night. I go, well, does he use an Uber? Does he have a driver? He's like, no, he drives. You ready for this?
Don't know nothing about no Uber.
Wait, you ready for this?
What?
90-plus years old, drives everywhere he goes, even at night. And you want to know what he drives?
What?
A Ferrari.
That's awesome.
I thought you were going to say a Subaru.
No, that's crazy. So he's not only 90-something years old, he's out there driving around in a Ferrari. I got another buddy of mine. I'm actually having lunch with this guy today. 84 years old. 84. And I try and have lunch with these older dudes because I'm like, hey, I don't know how, one day I'm going to get a call. Did you hear what happened? No, what happened? I don't want to have the regrets of not seeing these guys. 84 years old. He's driving to meet me to lunch today.
You should offer to pick him up, Cap. Or is he a good driver?
I told him to meet me halfway because I didn't want to go all the way and schlep all the way to his place.
I know that your guys, I'm not sure, if your grandparents are still around. None of mine are, but none of them had any business driving by, the time that they passed away. And my grandpa, like I said, still drove. And I just think it's dangerous.
It is dangerous. My grandmother used to see people that were driving on the road that she didn't like their driving style. And my grandmother was a reformed smoker. So anytime she saw somebody smoking, she's like, oh, look at him. He's smoking. I'm like, yeah, Grandma, I used to smoke 2 packs a day. Relax, will you? And then she would drive down the road and she'd go, look at this guy. Where you going in such a rush? Schmuckalovich. That's what she would call people.
Schmuckalovich is amazing.
Isn't Schmuckalovich a great term?
That is a great
fantastic.
term. You need to start
Isn't that great?
using that.
Where you going, Schmuckalovich?
I like that. You need to start using it more.
I love that.
That's good. Let's do one more, Woods.
All right, so I just saw this tweet from Josina Anderson, who is an NFL insider for... Where does she work now? And I don't know. I don't know where she works now. Not going to lie. But she worked at ESPN for a while. She's a reputable NFL reporter. And she said, quote, I'm told there's been recent interest expressed, at the very least, in speaking with Bill Belichick on an exploratory basis from 2 teams, per league source. She said, my understanding is Belichick has upper-level personnel still fond of him in Atlanta, New York, Cleveland, whilst all struggling teams going through customary evaluations at this time of year. So she mentioned, the idea of him possibly being a general manager, for a team like Miami, who has a GM vacancy. So I want to ask Cappy, do you think that Bill Belichick will have a second stint in the NFL? Swipe left or swipe right?
Absolutely not.
No,
Absolutely
really?
not.
Wow.
No, I don't think so.
Wow.
First of all, here's why. GM, coach, please.
I mean, he was a GM with the... when he was with the Patriots for a long time, wasn't he?
And you saw how bad that went as soon as Tom Brady left.
But he did a lot of other stuff, didn't he? To put things together.
Yeah, but Scott Pioli helped build.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, Belichick had control of things, but he did have a right hand and a left hand kind of a guy. And the fact is that once Brady left, the Patriots fell completely apart. And people will go, no, they made the playoffs 1 year with Mac Jones. 1 year. I'm just here to tell you right now, Bill Belichick is not a personnel man.
So,
he was a coach, but not a personnel man.
Scott Pioli, he used to have that helped him out. Now he has Jordan Hudson. That's who's.
Oh my God!
It's not him anymore. It is him and Jordan, and that's how he's going to be making his decision.
I would take him as a coach, though.
No, absolutely not.
No?
Absolutely
No
not.
chance.
Okay.
You don't want to have that drama.
Oh, I do.
No, but you want drama to go away from your team. You don't want to bring it back into your team. You're trying to get rid of the Deshaun Watson era, all
the Browns
that.
are pretty bad. I feel like
You want it to
can't
continue?
do much worse.
You want
can't
to
do any
continue,
worse.
or do you want to end it?
It might be worth a flyer.
No, terrible.
Absolutely not. And by the way, and I think, truth be told, not only was Bill Belichick's team so bad at North Carolina, like he showed up like he was going to change everything at North Carolina because he's Bill Belichick. Didn't happen. They won 4 games this year. And I'm not joking when I tell you that I think that Pete Carroll's failure with the Raiders will actually hurt Bill Belichick's chances of ever getting back to an NFL team, because people are like, the games pass these old guys by. And then lastly, to your point, Bergie, you bring up a good point. I don't think any NFL team wants to deal with the circus that Bill Belichick has become. And all of a sudden now everybody got to listen to his girlfriend. Girlfriend's running the PR department all of a sudden.
No, yeah, nothing about that. And you don't need any more Pablo Torre finds out happening around you.
Thank you, Lindsay, I was reading about Scott Pioli.
What about him?
What he did after he left the Patriots.
What did he do?
Well, he went to run the Chiefs and the Falcons. He built both of those teams to what the success they ended up doing. He resigned from the Falcons after the Super Bowl loss a year after that, but he still built that team. So that's who Bill Belichick had as his right hand.
Maybe
so
he'll bring him with him.
It wasn't all. No, I don't think it ended well between Scott Pioli and Bill Belichick. Radio Tinder made possible by Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. Okay, Carlos Saisu is at the Rams' big event today, the drive-through food drive presented by Pchanga Resort Casino. We'll talk to him in a few minutes. But, Cappy, let's talk about our friends at Ocean Subaru, please.
My pleasure. Hey, listen, this holiday season, this has been such a great thing that we've been doing with Ocean Subaru of Fullerton, where we've been talking to all these military folks on our 12 days of giving back, and tomorrow we'll conclude the 12 days. But it's been so great to talk to these folks. And really, the reason we've done this is because Omar spent 20-plus years. He's the general manager at Ocean Subaru of Fullerton, 20-plus years in the U.S. Army. We share a passion for celebrating our military members. That's why we put this whole thing together. But it really was Omar's brainchild, and we're glad that he came up with it. So, look, as we talk about what we're doing together for the community, let's talk about what we can do for you. And it goes like this. During the 2025 Subaru Share the Love event, when you buy or lease a brand new Subaru from Ocean Subaru of Fullerton between now and January 2nd, we will make a $325 donation to the charity of your choice. We've got several national charities for you to possibly choose from. We've also got local charities like the Women's Club of Fullerton. But if you say, no, I really support the Challenge Athletes Foundation, I want the $325 to go there, or Juvenile Diabetes, or the American Cancer Society, you make the decision. It's your $325. So take advantage right now of 0% financing for 36 months on a brand new 2025 Subaru Outback Premium all-wheel drive. 0% financing for 36 months, or consider 1.9% financing for 72 months. How we doing? We okay?
No, I hit the mouse.
Come on, man. That mouse needs new batteries.
Yeah, I know it does.
Hey, listen, in the middle of all this, remember, 1.9% financing for 72 months on a brand new 2025 Subaru Crosstrek Premium all-wheel drive. So there's 0% financing for 36 on that brand new Outback, and there's 1.9% financing for 72 months on that brand new Crosstrek. For complete details, visit us online at oceansubaruoc.com, or better yet, hey, listen, you're taking a couple days off. Come on down to Ocean Subaru of Fullerton. We're right there on Euclid Street. You can't possibly miss us. Say hello to Omar. Thank him for his service. Wish him a happy holidays. And then he's going to get you and your family into that brand new Subaru at the best possible price. Ocean Subaru of Fullerton.
Man, I'm having a rough technical day.
You're all right.
Thank God it's my last day, my man.
Right.
Last day. 8:49. We will come back. We'll talk to Carlos Saisu live from SoFi. Plus, Dr. Robert Clapper from Cedars-Sinai. How are you? Will join us in the PrizePicks Power Hour. That's all ahead. The Sedano and Cap Morning Show back in 3 minutes from right now.
Sage Spa gift certificates fit perfectly in a stocking, especially mine. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Bowl season has begun. Bring your crew, drink some brew, catch the view at Sideline Sports Bar.
Number 2.
Mosen's Happy Hour. Half off bar bites, beer, wine, and cocktails.
And the number 1 reason.
Morongo's New Year's Eve Regency Ball. Party into the new year with $50,000 in free slot play and prizes.
Morongo. Good times.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check Kirk Herbstreit's pregame analysis first, before talking to your brother-in-law.
In this game, the key thing to watch will be the offensive line versus the front seven. If they can get pressure without blitzing, this could be a long night.
Okay, Kirk.
I know stuff.
Ooh, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Clinton Yates here, and the holidays are upon us, full of gatherings, toasts, and plenty of cheer. And if you're like me, you want every moment to shine. That's why I head to Total Wine & More, where you'll find it all at the lowest prices, from rich whiskeys and smooth tequilas to festive liqueurs and elegant champagnes. And if you're not sure what to grab, their guides will help you find bottles that impress. You'll always find what you love and love what you find, only at Total Wine & More. Spirits not sold in Virginia and North Carolina. Drink responsibly. B21.
This is the ZipRecruiter Rams Report.
Here's Travis Rogers.
The Los Angeles Rams and their 11-3 record head to the Pacific Northwest to take on division rival Seattle, who also checks in at 11-3. The winner of this one will be on top of the NFC, the number 1 seed at least for 1 week. And it all gets started with the Toyota Rams countdown to kickoff starting at 3:15 with myself, Travis Rogers, and Sua Cravens leading you right up to the kickoff. Then we hand it off to the play-by-play team, JB Long, Maurice Jones-Drew, and the Super Bowl champion, DeMarco Farr, with all of your play-by-play action. Then immediately following the conclusion of Thursday Night Football, it is the Rams postgame show. Myself and Sua right back breaking all of it down. Did the Rams stay on top of the NFC? Did they fall into the wild card slot? We'll have it all for you immediately following the game. With Thursday's Rams Report, I'm Travis Rogers.
This is the ZipRecruiter Rams Report.
Powered by ZipRecruiter. Looking for your next great hire? Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA.
When it comes to hiring, other job sites are still huddling while ZipRecruiter's already in the end zone. That's why over 4 million businesses have used ZipRecruiter to hire, and why 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within 1 day. Get in the end zone with ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA. That's ZipRecruiter.com/LA.
This is the Sedano and Cap Morning Show.
Oh, so smooth, Cappy. So smooth.
Oh, yeah.
8:53, good morning. Sedano and Cap Morning Show. Got to play the 98 Degrees Christmas song. You have to, especially on my final day, because there's nothing better than Nick Lachey and some 98 Degrees, Jack.
It is your final day. Sedano's final day was yesterday, but tomorrow, me, Beto, Bergie, and Briones, we're going to bring it home tomorrow. We're going to wrap up the entire year tomorrow. Lindsay's on her way home to Cleveland with Chewy, with his Frito-smelling paws, and the rest of us are going to bring it home tomorrow.
Coming up at 9 o'clock, the Rich Eisen Show terrestrially on 7:10 a.m. We will continue the PrizePicks Power Hour on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles. And if you're listening to us on the app right now, just stay right there, sucker. We'll be there. Right now, let's go. I've been talking about it all morning. The drive-through food drive that the Rams are doing along with Pchanga Resort Casino. We go live to SoFi Stadium. Our very own Carlo Saisu is there. Good morning, Carlo.
Good morning, Chris. I thought you guys were playing that 98 degrees because I'm ready to turn the heat up right now.
Oh, really? You are you? I saw you turning the heat up last week at your F-45 High Rocks, whatever that thing was that you were doing, man. You were crushing it last week, Carlo.
You're ready to join me for doubles next year, High Rocks Anaheim?
I had a couple other friends of mine that were participating, and I was impressed with your rope swings, man. I was impressed with your sled pushes. Yeah, you might be able to sucker me into that next
Carlo
year.
can swing that rope. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, but can he swing the sausage? That's the question.
We will find out, but we got about a minute left here, Carlo, so let's talk about the big event going on today at SoFi Stadium.
Let's keep it tight. Yeah, I'm right here near the corner of Prairie and Century, where we've been talking about the Rams and Seahawks, the battle for the best in the NFC West. But here at Rams House, it's going to be a battle to fight hunger. Pchanga, our friends at Pchanga Resort Casino, the Rams and LA Regional Food Bank, they are going to be hosting a food distribution drive where fans all over LA can drive to SoFi Stadium and pick up 60 pounds of frozen chicken, fresh produce, and a food kit to help them during the holidays. What an awesome mission for our friends from Pchanga Resort Casino, the Rams, and LA Regional Food Bank.
Yeah, you're so right. Hey, Carlo, we'll check in with you again when this whole thing starts. We'll check in with you in about 30 minutes. But thanks for being down there, and what a great thing it is for the Rams and the food bank and Pchanga Casino Resort and Spa. I mean, I'm telling you, man, this is so awesome right here at this time of the holidays. We'll check back in with you, Carlo. Take us away, Chris.
Thank you. We go to the PrizePicks Power Hour next.
It's exactly what everyone wanted. The best offers of the season during the 2025 Subaru Share the Love event at Ocean Subaru Fullerton, where we will donate $325 for every new vehicle purchased or leased to the charity of your choice. Take advantage of 1.9% financing for 72 months on a new 2025 Subaru Crosstrek Premium all-wheel drive.
With approved credit through Subaru Motors Finance. On all buyers of vehicles who qualify. $325 donation consists of $250 from Subaru and an additional $75 from Ocean Subaru Fullerton, plus tax, tag, title, and dock fee. Zero security deposit. Offers do not combine. See dealer for complete details. Expires 12/31/2025.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between their terminals and our new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
The town loves a good highlight. But what happens after the lights go out? That's where real work starts. At Vista Paint, we're here for the ones that don't skip prep, who show up early, tape clean edges, and don't cut corners. We make the paint that covers, sticks, and gets it done, going strong past the hype, because the best jobs don't need a filter, just the right tools. When you're working late and pushing through the weekend, you need a partner that stands with you. No gimmicks, no shortcuts. Just reliable products and local service you can trust. Vista Paint. No flash, just finish.
This holiday season, don't just give a gift. Give the gift that keeps the party going all year long. Live entertainment at Fantasy Springs Resort Casino. Kick off the new year with the Battle of the Badges. Local heroes duking it out for charity. Then get your groove on with the Temptations and the Four Tops. And set sail with the smooth sounds of Yachtly Crew. February turns up the heat with country hitmaker Ernest, the legendary Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons, and laugh out loud comedy from Jim Jeffries. And in March, more magic. Emmy-winning comedian John Mulaney hits the stage, plus an unforgettable evening with the stunning voices of Il Divo. Then, mark your calendars because on May 16th, country superstars Lady A bring their chart-topping hits to the Fantasy Springs stage. Unwrap the ultimate holiday surprise. Live music, good vibes, and memories to last all year long. Get your concert tickets today, only at Fantasy Springs Resort Casino.
Hello, I'm Richard Navarro, General Manager at Fleming Steakhouse and Wine Bar in downtown Los Angeles, where unforgettable dining meets the heart of the city. Whether it's prime steaks, fresh seafood, or your handcrafted cocktail, we're here to make your next experience out exceptional. Call us today at 213-745-9911 to reserve your next table. We're open for lunch and dinner. Fleming's, where great steaks, good times. Call at 213-745-9911.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a good karma brands radio station.
Previously on the Sedano and Cap morning show.
I think we should just have you guys eat the donut.
Oh, you want to see the donut?
I want to see that.
But I don't want to eat the donut.
Yeah, no, that's my final wish for 2025 is to see you.
I don't want to eat the donut. Well, hold on. Give me a choice of donuts. I don't want to just be dictated to what donut I eat. All right? Bring the donuts in here. Well, I mean, this was your last wish of the year.
He only has 4 minutes.
I'm going to go with glazed.
People need to jump on the YouTube for one last food sharing between you and Chris, and this time it will be a donut.
And
so if you want to jump on the YouTube, now is the time.
And
okay?
you just said it. You just said this is the last one.
The Sedano and Cap morning show is on the air.
Right.
No, last time.
No, of 2025.
Rachel, I'm sorry, babe. They're holding
2025.
But we can do the big one.
Yeah, I'm going to give you the big one.
Get one last 2025 visual of you and Chris sharing food. There's nose cam right there.
The biggest show in ESPN LA history.
That thing on the ground when they weren't playing defense. The thing. Oops, excuse me.
Oh, that was good. That was wow.
George. Sorry.
That was the first time on a morning show. We would like to thank
a little sabor.
Yeah, I don't think people like being called hacks.
You're the güero on the radio.
Giant Mexican, horn section.
Did you have me on your show to berate me? Is that what you're doing now?
Give me a freaking break.
We'd like to thank George Sedano for participating on his final day of 2025, giving us a gift that will live on forever.
The last day of the year.
Midnight in the desert. I'm Art Bell.
Scott Kaplan, eat a fat one, bro.
The Sedano and Cap morning show on 710 ESPN.
The all-new ESPN LA app and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
We're bigger than U.S. Steel.
Wow, that's crazy.
Well, you want to
Bit boy.
Right now.
Monstrous.
Beto, I don't want to eat that. We did it, Dad. We did it.
You were riding high on the stinger last time.
Oh, big time.
Right, that's right. Of course we were.
So retroactively, CMM, do you regret living?
So, mongrels, stay tuned.
Love 9:02 and 40 seconds. The Sedano and Cap morning show is on the PrizePicks Power Hour, Cappy.
Yeah.
Download the app today and use code Cappy, K-A-P-P-Y, to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code Cappy to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks. It's good to be right.
Yeah. Hey, we've been talking all day, all morning really, about the Rams and the Seahawks. And what a monster game this is tonight. Two teams that have the same record, right? I mean, the Rams have already beaten the Seahawks once, but that was in L.A. Sam Darnold threw 4 interceptions. The Seahawks still had a chance to win with a 60-yard field goal with Jason Myers at the end of the game. It was missed. Obviously, the Rams went on to win. Rams were, I will say, very, very fortunate to win that game. Now, look, there's balance, right? I mean, they lost that game to the Eagles earlier this year where they had 2 field goals blocked. So sometimes it just sort of all evens itself out. But when you look back at that game, and Devontae Adams only had 1 reception and is not likely to play tonight. Why would he? It's cold. It's wet. You got to get that guy healthy for the playoffs where you've already clinched a spot. So we've been talking about it all morning. And, Bergie, one of the things we talked about was Puka and the potential distraction. Think about it.
Mm-hmm.
McVay has a baby after the game against Detroit. So he's already, he's got his mind on that. But they induced that baby on Sunday night so my man could go back to work on Monday on a short week. So you got that, I'll call it on your mind. I don't know if I'll call it a distraction.
Then you're waiting at the airport yesterday to get on your team charter, and the plane has mechanical problems, and it takes another 4+ hours. So you're way behind schedule. And all of that is happening. And then Puka Nakua goes on this ridiculous stream yesterday and says the things that he said about NFL referees, and that becomes headlines. But then ESPN just sent out a notification that Puka's brother, who I didn't even know he had a brother that played pro football, Puka's brother has now gotten himself into a whole thing with a Laker player's car, and I can get into more details. My point is only this.
Samson Nakua, and it was a Du Thiero.
Right, so according to the reports, you could actually read them to us, Greg, but according to the reports, they were arrested. Puka's brother was arrested for, I'll put this in quotes, I'll say stealing Thiero's car?
They don't say stealing. They say taking his car without permission.
Okay.
So that just leaves it open without speculating that maybe they're friends and he was playing a joke or whatever it happens to be. He took the car without Thiero's permission, and he was arrested and he was in jail yesterday.
ESPN said he was arrested on suspicion of stealing vehicle that reportedly belonged to Lakers player.
Okay, I just want to say this. I didn't know Puka had a brother.
Nope.
I didn't know Puka's brother played in the UFL. I didn't know anything about these videos that I'm now seeing all over social media where Puka's brother remember, we're not saying Samson Nakua. We're saying Puka's brother. Puka's brother gets himself into some trouble after a game with a fan and gets suspended by the league. Here's my point. We didn't even know about Puka's brother 2 days ago. And now Puka's brother is a pain in the ass for the Rams. The Rams have the biggest game of the regular season, and maybe I'm exaggerating here, and maybe I'm not a Rams historian. This may be the biggest regular season game that the Rams have played since they've come back to L.A. in the last 10 years. Again, maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit.
Maybe just a little.
But I mean, think about it. It's a division game. Two teams have the exact same record. The only difference in the last game was a missed field goal at the end. And Seattle needs this game desperately. The Rams are already clinched a playoff spot, but they need it desperately to keep the number 1 overall seed. And now Puka is enough of a distraction going on some streamer dudes thing, talking about referees and other stuff. And now his brother is a distraction? Hey, Puka, like I said earlier, bro, I know you're a young guy and you got some money and you got a lot of fame and you're about to be explosively wealthy. Concentrate. Focus. Don't mess with what we got going on here, man. And grow the F up.
We need him to concentrate and focus because Devontae Adams is out tonight against the Seahawks. Let's talk about that and so much more with our friend, Dr. Robert Clapper. You hear the Weekend Warrior Show Saturday mornings at 7 a.m. presented by Cedars-Sinai. The great Dr. Robert Clapper joins us now, Cappy.
Dr. Clapper, how are you?
How are you, Chris? How are you, Scott?
We're doing great, Doc. Hey, Doc, first of all, me and Chris last week were at the Rams game, and we made it a point to really be focused on the pregame when you got to go out there and toss the coin. And, Doc, I know I sent you a bunch of, pictures that we took and videos that we took. That was so cool, man. Congratulations on that. That was awesome.
It was a great moment in my life. My grandson was there, and the expression on his face when he saw his grandpa flipping the coin on the field. And listen, and to be able to bring together ESPN and Cedars-Sinai for that day, it was a momentous occasion. Thank you.
Yeah, it really was great. And also, I think the other part of it is, Doc, the patient, I wish I could recall his name right now, but you did the knee work on him, but somebody else had done the heart transplant on him. And just the way they told that story and your impact on him, again, Chris, you and I were standing up there taking pictures and videos. We were very, very proud for you, Doc.
You know what? That's how you know you love somebody. When something good happens to them, it makes you feel good. And I feel the same way about you and Chris.
Well, thank you, Doc. But we got a bunch of injuries we want to jump right into, and Chris mentioned it before you came on.
Wait, 1 second. What about Lindsay and I?
Yeah.
Yeah, what about Lindsay and Bergie?
What about that, Doc? How are you?
I have a warm place in my heart for you, Greg Bergman, and you, Lindsay. And listen, I'm thinking about it now. I've been at ESPN for 15 years now. It's unbelievable. So you're a member of my family. I just love you guys.
And you know what, Doc? If you really want to show Bergie how much you love him, you refer to him by his full name, Gregory Arthur Bergman.
Yeah.
Okay, GAB. Love
That's
it.
right.
That's actually real without the Arthur. It is GAB.
Hey, Doc, let me do that. Let me jump right in, though, on Davante Adams because, look, in the last game that the Rams played against the Seahawks, I've been making the point all morning, it's not like Davante Adams scored 2 touchdowns and had 8 receptions and had 120 yards. I mean, the fact of the matter is he was targeted 8 times. He had 1 reception for 1 yard. He had 0 impact on that game, at least in the box score. Mm-hmm. So maybe if you broke down the film, you might say, oh, no, but he commanded a whole bunch of attention, and that's why other guys were productive. That's certainly a possibility. But statistically, he did not impact the game. From you've been watching it all year long. He's been dealing with a nagging hamstring issue all season long. What would you do to treat this hamstring so that he's healthy for the postseason?
Well, it's a great question because this is an injury that we unfortunately can't put a needle in. We can't enhance the healing of something like this. So there's one of 2 paths we can take here. One is, as you say, Scott, this is a nagging injury. He's 32 years old. He's a veteran. He knows his body, and he's been dealing with it. So guess what? If he says, Coach, I want to play, we actually can trust him that he can play tonight. The other camp is, hey, you're 32 years old. You're not a rookie. When you have these injuries in a seasoned veteran, the electronics, the nerves, the way they associate, the neuromuscular connection, not that he's 60 years old, but he's an older player, you are absolutely at risk for a groin injury or something else as overcompensation. But my gut tells me that that they're going to trust him, that they're going to put him out there. Decoy, but I bet Davante Adams will catch a ball tonight.
Come on, really? You actually think he's going to dress and play tonight? I would actually take the other side of it and go, hey, look, here's my case, Doc. Don't play him in this game because you've got other guys, whether they're tight ends or receivers 3, 4, and 5, your 2 running backs, your healthy offensive line, your quarterback who's in control. I personally would say, hey, look, you've got this game on Thursday. You don't play again until the following Monday night at Atlanta, a game that you should easily win with him or without him. And then you wrap up the season, I want to say, against Arizona, another very winnable game. So that's right, and that's at home. Doc, I could make the case that you don't play him again until the second week of the playoffs. And that gives him like 5 weeks of recovery time, maybe gets him back to 100% health.
The only argument I would make, Scott, is your preamble was all about, in your opinion, this is the most important game the Rams have played in L.A. And to that extent, if he says, I know my body, Coach, I want to go out there, you got to look into the mind and the heart of Davante Adams. And I would, not that I'm a prize pick guy, but I would bet he's going to go out there more than a decoy.
Okay. So I'm actually going to look on PrizePicks. I haven't even looked to see if he's listed. So we'll make a look for that here coming up in just a couple of minutes. Dr. Robert Clapper from Cedars-Sinai is with us today. And, hey, Doc, let's move on.
Mm-hmm.
There's 2 major knee injuries that happened last week that can impact this season, at least for Green Bay, and potentially next season, and maybe really the future of the franchise for Kansas City. Let's start off with Patrick Mahomes. We all saw how he tore his knee up last week against the Chargers in the latter part of the game, and once he was out, that was it. Game was over. It was a 16-13 game, and Mahomes, traditionally in his career, you give him the ball that late in the game, he runs down the field, he scores, and he winds up winning these games. The Chargers came away with the win, but the whole Chiefs dynasty could have come down in that one play. He's already had surgery, and he's already saying that he projects himself to come back and play in Week 1 next year. Do you think that's possible with the knee surgery that Mahomes just had?
Yes, it's entirely possible. He will not be the explosive Patrick Mahomes, and we don't have really a medical term for what that means. And just like Robert Griffin III says, it took an extra year to really get it fine-tuned. But I just saw a patient this morning. I'm here in my office, a basketball player who tore his ACL, and here I am counseling him. Please, we got to sit tight. Give it 6 weeks for the swelling to come down, for the range of motion to come down, and for the bruising in the bone to go away. and then you have surgery. That's why Saquon Barkley and Daniel Jones had such wonderful recoveries and results from their ACL. So why am I okay with Patrick Mahomes having surgery the day after his injury? And here's the reason. He tore his lateral collateral ligament in addition to his ACL. The ACL needs a graft. We're not good at sewing it up because the joint fluid in the joint blocks it from healing with just stitches. That's why you need a graft. But the lateral collateral ligament, the LCL, that he also tore is just like the elbow in Brock Purdy. It's it's a Tommy John surgery, but in a pitcher, it's a chronic tearing of the UCL. In Brock Purdy, he was tackled and ripped the ligament. Guess what? We as surgeons could grab that avulsed ligament, put stitches, and bolt it back into the bone as an acute injury. You don't need a graft for the LCL, and that is why he had surgery this week. And don't doubt Patrick Mahomes. He'll be back for game 1.
Wow. Okay. Dr. Clapper says expect Patrick Mahomes back in week 1 of next football season, and he's going to have a lot of time to recover because, I mean, this season is over. No playoffs, no postseason, but who knows what's going to happen to the Chiefs. Will Andy Reid be back? Will Travis Kelce be back? And will Patrick Mahomes make it for week 1? Doc, the other big knee injury last week, and this one can have major impact on this season, and that is Micah Parsons tearing his ACL, and that is probably going to devastate this Green Bay defense when you lose a player of his production. What do you make of what's happening with Micah Parsons? And, given the difference of position, can he also make it back early next season?
So I have 2 words for Micah Parsons fans. Nick Bosa. Look at what that guy became after his ACL reconstruction. But here's the part of Micah Parsons that I don't like, and that's the mental aspects of recovery. This was a non-contact. Nobody touched him, and he tore his ACL. And that plays heavily in the mind of an elite athlete that their body let them down when no one touched him. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's the second coming of Reggie White in the same uniform. He's amazing. But I wonder how this will prey on him, and I'm not so certain he's going to come back with a vengeance next season, but he is absolutely going to imagine being Nick Bosa, and he'll be back better than ever.
Why would Patrick Mahomes have surgery immediately and Parsons not do the exact same thing?
Good question. It's because the other ligament that was damaged in Patrick Mahomes is not living inside the joint itself, which blocks us from being able to repair it acutely. So in the case of Patrick Mahomes, if you get to him right away, you literally can fix his lateral collateral ligament with stitches and bolt it in the bone the next day, which is what you want to do. Yeah, you're still going to use a graft for his ACL. In Micah Parsons, he did not tear other ligaments. It's just his ACL. He's better off letting the swelling come down, let the range of motion come back, and then use a graft and fix it. It's because of the LCL that Mahomes needed it right away, and it is not because of the LCL that Micah Parsons will do himself right by waiting, let the swelling come down, the range of motion, and then have the surgery.
Hey, Doc, one other thing on those 2 knee injuries. It seems like every year when players get hurt, we always wind up hearing about the playing surface. And then once a guy pops an Achilles or pops an ACL, we kind of hear that, the data says that these artificial surfaces are what is causing all of these injuries. I don't know if you noticed this last week or not, but Kansas City and Green Bay both play on natural grass surfaces. Now, I will grant you that it was cold and that those surfaces may have been hard, but they were natural grass, which just brings me back to what I argue all the time, which is those turf fields are great, and they make for a very consistent playing surface, and guys can have these same injuries whether they're playing on the artificial surface or the natural grass surface. What is your opinion?
My opinion, Scott Kaplan, and you're a businessman, so I'm giving you $1 billion business here. We got to start looking at the shoes you're wearing, not the turf. The problem with artificial turf is the cleat sticks too long. That doesn't allow the release of the player's foot, and then you snap the ligament, okay? Let's now focus on the cleat and having a quicker release cleat for these different surfaces. then you will see less injuries, in my opinion.
All right, Dr. Clapper. Clapper is back here on 710 and back on Sedano and Cap. Doc, George finished up his broadcast year yesterday. Morales and Lindsay Baseball finished their broadcast year on the show today. Tomorrow, me, Beto, Bergie, and Briones are going to bring this thing to the finish line, and then we're going to have a little bit of time off. What are you going to do over the next couple of weeks when we're not live on the air?
Miss you, basically, but I'll be surfing, although there's like 6 atmospheric rivers coming. To everyone else, that's a bad thing, but to a surfer, it's the greatest thing because that means there's going to be a little bit of, energy in the water. So you'll look for me surfing. I won't be operating next week, but I'm actually going to operate the following week. I've just got so many people to take care of. So while you guys are on vacation, I'll be in surgery and loving it more than I've ever have.
Hey, Doc, right. I didn't hear a Clapper vision today. Do we have one last Clapper vision for the end of the year about something, whether it's about you going into the water, what you're doing this over the break?
Yeah, I'll even take a pizza review.
Yeah, anything. I need a Clapper vision to end the season. This is
Let me
just
give
not...
you a Clapper vision.
Thank you.
We were just talking about Patrick Mahomes and the multiple ligament damage that he had, and yet Micah Parsons did not. So here's a Clapper vision of why the LCL in Patrick Mahomes tore as well as his ACL. You have to look at the mechanism. His knee was bent in the opposite direction that we usually see a clipping injury, where you're hit from the side, which is what happened in Micah Parsons. But when you look at Patrick Mahomes, he actually was bow-legged type of injury. And here's my Clapper vision. Your car, you're all riding around listening to the show or listening on the app, and we have a bumper, we have a seatbelt, and we have an airbag. We have 3 levels of defense that protect us in an accident, okay? When it's a mild thing, the bumper makes contact. A little bit more energy, your seatbelt holds you in place. But when that energy gets really big, then the airbag goes off. Our knee has those same 3 levels of protection. So the surface right under the skin where the seatbelt, where the lateral collateral ligament is the bumper. The energy kept going and into his meniscus, the posterior lateral corner we call it. That is the seatbelt. But to get ultimately to the ACL, that means the airbags went off. That's how severe the energy was going through his knee. How's that?
Bergie, does that satisfy you?
It does satisfy. Thank you very much. I need as many Clapper visions as possible.
Thank you, Greg.
You got it, tough guy. Hey, Dr. Clapper, thank you.
Greg Bergman, that means you have the gift of the gab, G-A-B.
He does. That's exactly it. Bring it all home. Hey, Doc, it's been a great year. We appreciate you being a part of the show. We love you, and we were super proud of you last week, and we look forward to an exciting 2026. Thank you, Dr. Clapper.
Thank you so much, Scott Kaplan. It really is a joy for me to join you guys each and every Thursday. And thanks for Chris Morales and Lindsay and Greg Bergman and certainly Jorge Sedano for making it happen. You guys have a great year and stay safe. But remember, you're all either pre-op or post-op, but you got me in your back pocket.
The great Dr. Robert Clapper. You can hear him, the Weekend Warrior Show, Saturday mornings at 7 a.m., presented by our friends at Cedar Sinai. Now, Cappy.
Yo.
Clinton Yates wearing another holiday sweater. The big CY is in.
Got him for days. I told you.
Let me take a look. Let me take a look at the big CY right here. Let me see what he's
got.
got.
Take the jacket off so you can see it in full.
Well, I'm not taking the Marmo vest off. All right, that's part of the look.
Right dude, I love that.
We want
vest.
to see the full sweater. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sharp.
Yeah, thank you.
That's looking good right there.
So Scott, I have to ask you about something, which is that I saw a TikTok the other day.
I like calling it just a talk. By the way, that's cool.
That's something that I do. Mm-hmm. Where a woman was on there and she basically had not exactly a meltdown, but a full soliloquy about how much they genuinely miss the Pac-12. And I was thinking about this because I think that a lot of people who are from and work in this market don't really realize how big the brand was. Pac-12 After Dark was the single coolest thing in my adult college football life that I liked, straight up, to the point that I would watch a channel that just played Pac-12 After Dark games. Straight up. Some of those were the wackiest college football games you've ever seen in your life. And, Greggy, I don't know how much you were involved in that in terms of your UCLA fanhood, but Pac-12 After Dark was the best conference brand that I think that the sport has in the last 20 years. And that includes the SEC and the Big Ten.
Every single game that was on Pac-12 After Dark just went crazy.
Yeah.
Something nutty happened. It would be like a 65-59 game. It was just no defense, all offense, balls being aired out.
Or occasionally a game where nobody could score anything because there was some goofy weather situation or whatever. And I thought about it this way, Scott, and this is something that I wanted to get your thoughts on. AI we don't use for very many good purposes. But I would, if you made a channel like that, I would want some sort of a scrape of the socials so that while you watched it, you could read what people were tweeting and posting about it as it happened per the game time. That would be an ethical use of AI that I think would actually help in entertainment. I need the
ethical use.
I need a Pac-12 After Dark channel.
Hey, you know what's interesting? You mentioned this, though, Clinton, is that did you guys know this? That the running backs coach for the Rams, his wife is the current commissioner of the Pac-12.
Really?
Yes.
I did not know that. That is quite the connection.
I got to go find names.
Sure.
But his wife
Ron Gould is the
Ron
current,
Gould is his name. Thank you. And his wife, I got to think of her name. I met her. This is a couple of weeks ago at a Rams game, and I met her and through Ron, and so it kind of had me thinking though, Clinton.
Teresa Gould.
Teresa, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Teresa.
Yeah. So the running backs coach of the Rams' wife is the commissioner of the Pac-12. Now, the Pac-12 was a great brand, and it was
incredible brand,
and it was a great level of college football. And as you bring up the Pac-12, the late night games on Saturday. You know what's happening to the Pac-12 going forward, right?
Yes and no, but please do lay it out for those who don't.
For me, it's a disaster. You cannot take the Pac-12, which was USC, UCLA, Arizona State, Washington State, Oregon State, Stanford, and Cal. You cannot take that conference and only have Oregon State and Washington State left over and then go fill the rest of the conference with, and Bergie, you can look this up.
They're all state schools.
Yeah, San Diego State, Boise State, I want to say Fresno State, may even be like San Jose State. I mean, what they're doing, Clinton, is they're taking the leftovers, if you will, from the Mountain West. Now, in college football, the Pac-12 is up here, and the Mountain West is down here. And so the Pac-12 wants to exist, and the Mountain West thinks, well, that's a better brand. It is. But it's still just the Mountain West with Oregon State and Washington State, who were the two teams that weren't invited to the party.
I mean, you don't think it's possible that Cal and or Stanford came back?
I do think that Cal or Stanford could come back, but I don't think they will for this reason. Cal and Stanford have sort of that arrogant academic school mentality of, we're not in the same conference with little guys like Boise State and San Diego State and Fresno State. Those schools academically are beneath us. So we don't want to be in the same sports conference with those guys. Why would we join the ACC? Because Duke and North Carolina and Virginia and Boston College and Miami and Pitt, those are academic schools that are, I would say, maybe not on the same class of, you're giving me a look. You don't think you're not buying what I'm selling.
North Carolina was literally the school that invented a paper fake major for their athletes. They are nothing close to any sort of academic stalwart on any level.
Oh, you don't think North Carolina and Virginia
the University
and Duke?
of North Carolina at Chapel Hill?
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Oh, really?
No.
You don't consider them a top-level academic school?
That's a frat boy public school is what that place
really?
is. Yes.
I don't think of it like that at all.
Do you know people that have gone there?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, that place is that's the kind of place they have. Anyway, I don't want to get off all into that.
Well,
what I'm saying
my friend
is that,
Jim Lampley is one of the smartest people I know, and he can't be a bigger North Carolina hunk.
What I'm saying is that I don't see a world in which, for what has happened to the ACC, like, have you seen the schedule that came out for the ACC this year?
About how they're all going to play like 9 teams each? Is that what you're talking about?
Some of the teams are going to play 9. Some of them are going to play 8. Mm-hmm. And it's strictly because the California teams are in it. I think there's going to be, and this is my concern when they realign to begin with, the money's going to be one thing, the prestige is going to be another, the logistics are going to be a third. And it's eventually going to become too daggone pricey and just too annoying for them to be in that conference, because that's just not going to work being on the East Coast. You see what I'm saying? Like, I think there is going to be a functional issue. as much as there's going to be one that involves prestige.
Oh, listen, I mean, Lincoln Riley talked about it this year.
Yeah.
Mick Cronin has talked about the travel problems that they've got at UCLA with their basketball program. You ask, would Cal and Stanford come back to the Pac-12? I would ask this question. Could anybody see a world where USC and UCLA come back to a new Pac-12?
Oh, I definitely do. I sort of look at them as the reason why you recreate the conference, is that you try to create a situation where even though you do have the bottom feeders you're referring to from a football standpoint, as far as all these other sports are concerned, you might be able to get them back. It'd be one thing if Lincoln Riley was rattling off national championships left and right, or if UCLA could keep a head coach for more than a season and a half. But, like, that's not happening. There's no inherent success model for them being in the Big Ten anymore. And if it turns out that the Pac-12 can get itself back to a point where maybe that's a path, Greg, to actually getting back into some level of college football,
I don't think there's any
could be.
I don't think there's any way in hell any team goes back to the Pac-12. The Pac-12 is no longer a conference that people want to go back to. UCLA and USC in the Big Ten is where they are because that's where they're going to make the most money.
Yeah.
And that's where they're going to get the most prestige in football and in basketball. And the teams that are in the Big Ten and the SEC, they're the tops of the two things. Eventually, conferences will essentially go away, in my opinion. At some point, we're going to go to an Eastern and Western conference, and it's going to be like the SEC and the Big Ten, and you just put all those teams into those two conferences.
Maybe, but
they're not going to go back to conferences because the bowl games don't mean anything anymore. It's just about the playoffs.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that
none of it matters anymore besides Big Ten and SEC.
Well, what if a BYU joins? And like what I'm saying is that if you get to the point where your football is actually good enough to be considered on the list of actual conference champions, it might actually make more sense because it's not, again, and they're not winning the Big Ten. That's not some regular thing that's happening.
At some
one
point,
thing if
they can.
Well, what point would that be? Like with Lincoln Riley, you think they're going to win a Big Ten title?
I don't think so. I think USC fans do think that eventually that will happen. Yes.
Okay.
Number one recruiting class, bringing their quarterback back. That was in the top 5 in all of college football. I mean, they have the pieces, and I'm a UCLA fan. They have the pieces to be good next year.
Okay.
They have the schedule to if they beat Ohio State and Oregon and all those teams, they will be at the top.
That's a large if, and that's what I'm saying.
But
what I'm saying is that if for whatever reason, whatever the Pac-12 becomes, that if all of these former Pac-12 teams if it's just not working out the way they thought from a football standpoint, there could be a reason to jump again.
How could it work out? I mean, honestly, like no joke. Greg, look up who the teams are that left the Mountain West Conference, because I can tell you this, like UNLV, they were like, nah, we don't want to go to this new Pac-12. Why not? Because what is it? It's just the Mountain West with the Pac-12.
So what conference
logo.
is UNLV in now?
Boise
They're
State,
currently in the Mountain West.
Boise State, Colorado State, Fresno State, San Diego State, Utah State, and Texas State.
Utah State and Texas State are the two real bottom feeders in that equation. But
I mean,
I do think there is
Texas State.
I know that's Bush League.
Then why would UCLA and USC want to go back to the Pac-12?
Well, no. What I'm saying,
schools?
it's. I think you're thinking about it in a different way. Like what I'm saying is that if this bubble burst in some regard regarding the ability to reach the top in other conferences, at some point you have to look at this in a way that's more than just what the potential football payout is if you're not good enough. And maybe next year they might be good enough, but as it looks right now, it's not like they're super competitive in either one of those teams.
I don't see Maryland.
Oregon is, but
What about Maryland, Rutgers, also in the Big Ten, not super competitive in all those, and have never really have been. So
Maryland fires a coach every 2 years, and
but
they're
then,
an
but
embarrassing
Maryland,
program that's losing money. They're killing kids on the field in practice. Maryland is not an example you want to use.
No, I'm saying Maryland and Rutgers are bottom feeder schools in the Big Ten. Should they go back to the Big East?
And a lot of first of all, they were in the ACC. Maryland is a charter. Maryland is a charter.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter because Maryland was a charter member of the ACC. There are a lot of people that think that Maryland literally killed their athletic program by moving. Like that's like people believe generationally they screwed things up for a literal generation. So like. But there
Clinton,
are a lot of people that wouldn't hate that.
But Clinton, here's my final thought on it, because I know we got a lot more we still want to get to.
Yeah.
Here's my final thought on it. If your USC and UCLA would never, ever, ever let a school in the Pac-12 like a San Diego State or a Boise State. Never. There was no value.
Right, but
neither brings
change.
a TV market. 100% things have changed, no doubt. What I'm saying is that they would never want schools like Boise State or San Diego State in the Pac-12 for a variety of reasons. No good TV markets, don't bring a lot of value, have played a lower level of football, and academic institution-wise, USC and UCLA look at San Diego State and Boise State and they go, you guys aren't in our level of academic
Boise
research.
State was in the playoff last year.
No, I know, but we're talking about football. I'm talking about from an academic arrogance standpoint. If you're not a research institution, that's what changes things.
Yeah, I guess, but it's tough to say that when what all you're actually chasing is football money. I feel like that's a little bit disingenuous. Not to say that your point doesn't make sense, but I'm saying that if a school is actually standing on that, I'm thinking of like that doesn't add up to me.
I understand,
yeah,
but that has always been the big gripe why the smaller schools who tried to join the bigger schools could never get in. But here's the thing: if I'm USC and UCLA, I'm not coming back with those guys. I come back to our brand, kick those guys out.
I mean, how many teams you're going to kick out? You still got to have a conference.
I know, but can you imagine Texas State, Utah
It's not like
State?
every team in the Pac-12 beforehand was some monster powerhouse either. Let's not go crazy here.
Well, that's the other part of it, though. So the Pac-12 was looked down upon the entire time. UCLA and USC were in that. They were looked down as the Power 5 schools. That was probably the fifth of the Power 5 schools. I mean, so now they're in the big boy conferences, so they have to grow into that. They're never ever going back to a lower level.
But
conference.
that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that might not. They probably could consider it, and it won't be the lower level conference anymore. Like you think Arizona State and Arizona are better teams than, let's just say, I don't know, BYU and Boise State? Because they're not.
Arizona and Arizona State were pretty good.
Arizona and Arizona State. I mean, better than San Diego.
point is correct, and two things can be true at once.
Yeah.
How about
Oh,
that?
really?
Yeah. Meanwhile,
I've not heard that.
Let's take a time out here for a moment because Carlos Saisu is live from the Rams drive-through food drive presented by our friends at Pchanga Resort Casino, live at SoFi Stadium. We talked to him earlier. Let's reconnect now with Carlos Saisu, who's back on the line, live from SoFi. Good morning, Carlo.
Good morning. Thanks, guys, for having me. I'm here at SoFi Stadium, like you mentioned, Chris, and it's for a big reason. We know what it's Andy Williams that's saying it's the most wonderful time of the year. Well, not always wonderful and easy for everybody, and let's admit it can be stressful. So our great friends at the Rams and Pchanga Resort Casino and the LA Regional Food Bank, they're teaming up to put together one of the largest food distribution drives in Los Angeles, and it's awesome. We're actually just underway. Cars are coming through. You can see over my shoulder. You can show my stadium. You can see this car coming through picking up food. So volunteers are handing out 60 pounds of frozen chicken, fresh veggies, and food kits so that families are going to be fed during the holidays. And like I said, it could be challenging, but our friends at the Rams and Pchanga are here to help.
Carlo, first of all, you look great with your Santa hat. You look terrific with your ESPN LA quarter zip. You got that big smile and those beautiful white teeth. I don't know who whitens them, but I want that person to whiten my teeth too. You look great, okay? You got SoFi Stadium over your left shoulder, and you got your Rams Pchanga logo over your right shoulder. Here's the thing, Carlo. You mentioned it, and you're right. This can be a hard time of the year for certain people. And what's really interesting is the timing of all of this, because a lot of kids will no longer be in school as of tomorrow, you know? And so what happens is for a lot of underserved communities, these children who go to school, they expect food for breakfast and for lunch in school. And then when the holiday break happens, well, all of a sudden, where did breakfast and lunch go? Because maybe mom and dad are working or don't have money or whatever the case may be. So what the Rams are doing and what Pchanga is doing is taking care of so many people in our community. And it helps the kids because they got food, but it also relieves the parents of all the stress of not having. So this is a really amazing thing. Carl, I don't mean to put you on the spot because you may or may not know the answer to this, but do you have any idea how families, because I'm seeing people behind you pull in and get stuff put in their car. Do you have any idea how people are qualified to receive this generous donation of food?
Now, I'm glad that you asked about that, Cappy, for this drive-through food distribution, because really there's no restrictions, and you kind of touch on it. There shouldn't be a shame in food insecurity. So really, this is an invitation to the whole community to come out, and the Rams are expecting to feed 20,000 citizens of Los Angeles. And if you think about that, all of us, we spend so much time, of course, you, Cappy, and the Cappy Lappy, at crypto. You're thinking about the entire Crypto.com arena building being fed with free meals. Now, that's awesome, again, from our friends with the Rams and Pchanga Resort Casino. So many people are going to be fed and, again, solve those food insecurities that they have, especially during the holidays.
Yeah, it's a great event. It really is. Pchanga, way to go, guys. Rams, this is how you become community leaders, no doubt. LA Regional Food Bank, phenomenal work. And just listen, for those of you guys that might be driving around right now, you're watching on YouTube, you're listening on the ESPN LA app, if you are in need, you can pull right up to SoFi Stadium and grab all this great food for your family. Really, this is an awesome event, Carlo. Way to be out there, man.
The great Carlos Saisu. Thank you so much for joining us live from SoFi Stadium, the drive-through food drive with the Rams and Pchanga Resort Casino. Speaking of Pchanga, I will be there this afternoon for at Kelsey's inside for Rams Seahawks, our watch party. You could win great prizes. By the way, Rams today, all the coverage on 1070 AM, 93.1 Jack FM, and on the all-new ESPN LA app. Lakers and Jazz, you'll hear that on 710 AM. Both games, both game day coverages on the all-new ESPN LA app. Cappy, let's take a quick timeout. About 90 seconds here in the PrizePicks Power Hour. We're still going to do the PrizePicks pick of the day, and we've got Cappy's final. Actually, no, tomorrow would be your final Dealer's Choice Real Deal, thanks to Seller's Advantage. That's all ahead. 90 seconds from right now, the Sedano and Cap Morning Show on ESPN LA.
Your Lakers, your season, your home.
Purple and gold are fresh off a road win in Phoenix and hope to keep their road wins rolling in Utah today.
Rui to Smart. Smart to LeBron. LeBron drives down the middle all the way, lay it up and in.
It's your LA Lakers versus the Utah Jazz. Coverage begins today at 4:30 p.m.
The Lake Show lives here. 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Hey guys, it's Cap. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Anegat, one of Southern California's largest public adjuster firms. Anegat knows how to fight back when your insurance company makes you feel like a criminal, leaving you with no hope of getting into your home and getting it all back together. With decades of experience and a passion for helping people, Avner and his family take the call themselves. So whether you have a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is, you call Anegat today at 818-917-5256 or you go to avnergat.com. It's 818-917-5256 or avnergat.com. You call, Avner answers, he says hello. Your claim is our game, avnergat.com.
You're hanging out with the Sedano and Cap Morning Show.
The balance of how you drive me crazy and also make me laugh hilariously is like the perfect balance.
See that? Perfect balance. Yeah, perfect balance.
Yeah.
Back to Sedano and Cap.
My favorite moment of the holidays is when Alvin says he wants a hula hoop. Because I want a hula hoop, damn it. By the way, David Seville is not here. Sedano.
He's dead.
9:42. And I won't be here after about 18 minutes from right now. My final segment for 2025 of the Sedano and Cap Morning Show. Remember, tomorrow, Cappy and Beto, Greg Bergman, producer Jorge, Lindsay, and I leave after this show. And then we will all return on Monday, January 5th for a whole new year in 2026 of the Sedano and Cap Morning Show. Thank you to everybody who has supported us. Returning a live and local sports radio morning show to the Southland. Enjoy the Sedano and Cap Morning Show holiday special for 2 weeks. I'm sure you'll all complain, but that will have our best of moments from the year and a lot of Quentin Yates in there.
Tomorrow I will be wearing my full holiday fly outfit.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, I will be bringing the noise tomorrow.
You gonna have like a Santa hat?
No, but there was a jacket I used to wear on Around the Horn every year and during Christmas and on OTL, so I've got that bad boy.
Feel free to snatch the reindeer antlers off of George's head in there.
I saw there's also a pair like on
those are Parkers.
Okay, those are Parkers.
On the hook.
He's got his own hook.
Hey, listen.
I saw them. I was like, well, we're just doing that now? We have like when you come to somebody's house? That's pretty cool. Coat rack.
Real quick, Lindsay's got two wrapped gifts for me to open here. One is for the show, and then one is for myself. So I'm going to open this first one here. believe this one is for the show.
This is the same wrapping paper as yesterday.
Correct, the
We've got a
dog
box
paper.
that looks like it's about as big as what 2 CD cases would have been back in the day.
Okay, here
Now,
we go.
this
Chris is opening it up. Yeah.
The Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, and it's all small stuff 2026 calendar. Now, Lindsay gave me the book, I think maybe for my birthday, that I am going to read over the holiday break, which is Don't Sweat the Small Stuff. But this is a daily
quick
calendar.
point of information. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Quick point of information. Lindsay, did you give him the original Don't Sweat
Yes,
the Small Stuff?
the
Okay, because
original.
there's a variety
There's
of
a lot of
others.
them. There's like
Okay.
at work, with family, in relationships, and it's kind of like what they did with chicken soup, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So the back says, take a deep breath and let those little things go. Full of sage and timeless advice about everything from work and money to family and relationships.
Nice.
This calendar is the perfect self-help tool for you or someone you care about. Everything will be all right. Don't sweat it. We will read from this each day in 2026.
Yeah, smart move.
Yeah.
I like that.
So there we go.
I like that.
Now I will open up the second gift, which is
Okay.
my gift.
All right, let's take a look here.
So this
Now-
is a larger box. It's something that looks like if you had a diploma.
Wait. Yeah, don't
No, I
open
mean
it yet.
size-wise.
Yeah,
You have
let me
something that
guess.
looks like if
Oh,
you
the
had a
bulb fell
diploma on a wall.
Yeah.
That's
Is-
about the size of it. Yeah.
Is it heavy?
No.
It's light.
Yeah,
Okay.
so let's open this.
All right. I'm going to guess what it is. Clinton,
ahead.
I think, Bergie, I think it is like some sort of motivational quote that's framed and perfect for an office. Something that's like, it probably says something like, hey, just be nice.
Hey, man.
I
Hey,
think it's a
man.
picture of Chris at the Mandy's doing the pony dance. That's what I think.
So she did say that I would laugh.
I mean,
I'm
that's a
going to
guess.
laugh.
Well,
so
I mean, it's a good it's a good.
I have no inside
Well,
information.
shut
Just to
up.
bring things full circle, there is a picture of me doing the pony dance at Carlo's wedding that he had framed. That's in my office.
Okay. I did not know that.
Stand by.
Maybe a small chuckle, not like, oh, this is hilarious, but it's a good. You gotta open it all the way.
Lindsay is a quality gift giver.
Quality.
And take it from somebody like me who's a terrible gift giver. She really does a great job. Thank you, Lindsay.
She just sent in my office. She left me this morning a bottle of wine that is a Dodger wine, and also a bottle of tequila
From the lovely
That was-
grapes of Chavez Ravine.
Now, this is very good. We might have to light this up for the studio, too.
Yeah,
see.
it's either in here or in your
Vibes.
office.
It's a neon.
See? The peace sign vibes. I like
right?
it.
That's a
Oh,
great
that's
gift.
great. I
That's
told you
great.
she's a great gift giver. So she's got, everybody's watching it, but it's got to be a neon sign. It's
Yes.
got the peace sign.
It's the shape of a hand.
But it says
Yeah.
good
Peace-
vibes because
Peaceful
she plays
vibes.
the good vibrations, which used to annoy me, and now,
But now
I'm
we
not
just
that
want
annoyed.
good vibes, right?
Well,
Good
thank you
vibes.
very much, Lindsay.
It's
We
just
will-
a little reminder for the good vibes.
We will put both of these things to use in 2026.
Well done.
Peaceful vibes. Way to go, Linz. Good job. Let's see if every time Chris gets upset, if he just looks at the wall
Point
and
to
he
the
goes,
sign.
"Yeah, peaceful vibes, man."
I just wanted to say one last thing too about what Carlo was doing. That is a incredible cause from the Rams in general, because when he talked about the shame of food insecurity, that's almost the largest part for a lot of people, Scott.
Right.
And there's a lot of different things that go on around that. And I was going to ask you, do you know actually when this country started giving out free meals at schools?
I don't.
So a lot of people think it was just because randomly out of the grace of some people's heart, they wanted to start doing this. No, it started happening because after a couple world wars, they realized kids were not fed enough, and it was causing problems with our actual armies. And so that is why they started feeding kids, and now it has turned into more of a social program. But yeah, it's always interesting around the holidays to see who's willing to give and who's willing to give help.
You know, I posted a video about a week and a half ago. I do this drive every year, Clinton, where we take hundreds of kids. This year we took 380 kids to 2 different Walmarts, and we give each kid a $100 gift card. And they can go in and they can get whatever they want. And believe it or not, we actually ask the parents to stay outside because we have volunteers walk the kids around. And I was really moved this past year when a kid left the Walmart with a box of like Fruity Pebbles and a gallon of whole milk. And the kid wanted food. And we said, how come not a toy? How come not? Because I'm going to be away from school for 2 weeks and there's not going to be food. And I was like really moved by that. So, listen, this is the kind of time of the year where everybody's putting on their Santa costume or putting on their antlers, and everybody wants to be festive with their sweater. But in reality, for those of you or us where things are going really well, if you could help out, it'll make you feel really great, and it could help another person or another family. So this food drive today, I'm glad you brought it back. It is very important. And I think from a Rams perspective, you don't do it just because it makes you look good in the community, even though it really does make you look good in the community. You do it because that's what you are. When you're an NFL football team and you are reintegrating into a community, these are the things that you do not just because it's the right thing to do, which it is. It's just this is how you get back and how you become part of the community. So way to go, Rams.
Absolutely. Nothing wrong with doing things just because it's the right thing to do either, by the way.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And hey, listen.
Right.
Yeah. Let's get that win tonight. That would be
an even more right thing to do.
Right. It sure would.
Time for the PrizePicks pick of the day, Cappy.
Clinton,
hold on. Can I do the read?
Yeah. I want to run some things by Clinton and Berge.
Download the app today and use code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y, to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CAPPY to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, it's good to be right, Cappy.
All right, here it goes, fellas. I'm about to make a $20 5-pick power play, which means I got to get all 5 right.
Wow.
Okay. $20 5-pick power play. I'm going to
much?
multiply my money by 20 times. It's a $20 play to win $250. Maybe I'm going to multiply my money by, 10 times, whatever the case may be. Here goes. Matthew Stafford, more than 230.5 passing yards. You go more or less on that, Bergie?
Ooh, I am going to go more.
230?
Yeah, It's close.
I'll
it's
say
right
less.
on the line.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I said 225 is what that looks like for me.
All right, Sam Darnold, more or less than 223.5 passing yards.
I'm going to go less. Oh, yes, less.
I'll say less as well. I'm with you on that, Bergie.
Puka Nakua, more or less than 91.5 receiving yards.
More. He's going to get most of those receiving yards.
Don't like the week that Puka's having, by the way.
No, me neither, but I'm kind of thinking
it's a put-up or shut-up week for him.
It's a hey, I'm sorry, guys, I screwed up this week, but let me make it up on the field.
McVay kind of got into him a little bit, too. Yeah, I'll say more.
I've got Luka tonight, so I'm going Puka to Luka. Luka for more or less than 45.5 points and assists.
So not points, rebounds, and assists, just points and assists.
Points plus assists. Correct. They got who again tonight?
Utah. In Utah.
Give me 2. I think that's right at the line, too.
45. So he's going to put up 30. Yeah, I'm going to go less for just the 2. Let's say he puts up 35 and gets 7 assists. That's
is anybody
not
out?
there.
Is anybody otherwise out?
Not
Austin Reeves is still out, right?
Yeah, Austin Reeves.
AR is out. That means the assist will have to go up. I'm going to say more.
He's going to try and do it all himself more.
That's what I mean.
How about this? How about LeBron? More or less than 21.5 points?
Less.
I agree.
Less.
All right, well, it's a 5-pick power play. $20 to win $250. I'm going to submit my lineup right now. Make sure you download the PrizePicks app. Use the code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y. Make your first $5 lineup. Get $50 in lineups. PrizePicks, where it's good to be right. And I'm going to add on to their tagline, it sucks to be wrong.
Well, listen, you're wrong a lot. I mean, that happens sometimes.
Happens.
You know?
Got to keep on playing, man.
What can you do?
Got to keep on playing. My son hit one last night, $5 for $200.
Hey, screw you, Dad.
That's right.
It's a nice little hit right there.
How's Hanukkah going for him? Has he cashed in with you yet or no?
He has not really cashed in quite yet. We have not really done a gift exchange, only because my daughter Jillian's not home, so I didn't want to make her jealous. I'll wait till everybody comes home together.
Speaking of cashing in, do not think that Tommy, Deshae, and myself have forgotten about what you owe us in January.
Oh, you guys are all welcome.
We will be cashing those chips with you.
I hope you guys do.
Yeah.
I hope you guys take me up on my offer.
Oh, we're taking it up.
What are said chips?
Well, we did a favor for Cappy.
Oh.
And in
I think I know what it
return,
is.
he said he would do a favor for us, which involves, let's just say, some new swinging things. You know what I mean?
By the way, and Lindsay, let me tell you something.
Okay.
My favor outweighs their favor by 100 times.
Doesn't matter.
So then, I know,
you
but
offered the
Yeah.
favor.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. And then I'm going to be able to go back and go, hey,
No,
guys, I need a little favor.
No, that's when the favors end.
Need a
Back
little
and
favor.
forth. You don't keep going back and forth, back and forth.
Need a little
It's
favor.
a back and it's a forth, and that's it.
Yeah, well, once the Don has refused the first favor, he does not ask for a second.
Exactly
as
right.
We know.
By the way, what do you think about Godfather 3?
It's fine by me. It exists in a different universe anyway because the first 2 movies are, in fact, the entirety of the book.
Right.
So, it was never going to be what it is. But, our guy, Anthony Garcia, is not a bad performance in that.
No, so the sad part is...
it's kind of overhated, even if it's, you know what I mean? It's fine.
The problem, because I watched it the other night when I got into the East Central on Sunday night after the Rams game, and it was on, and I should have gone to sleep, but I was like, I'm going to watch it in this, because the times I've watched it, I already went into it with a negative thought.
Yeah.
Because so many people said, it sucks compared to the first 2, which it does in that prism. It's actually not a horrific movie.
Not at all.
And they were hoping that it would have, because they came out 25 years later than Godfather 2, that if it would have taken on, Andy Garcia would have taken over, because he took over as the Don, right?
Yeah.
But it was so bad. But it was also being done at the same time of Goodfellas. Scorsese had come into the picture. And I think a lot of people were just like, yeah, we're going to go with the Goodfellas, the casinos, all that.
It suffered from its contemporaries, for sure. The film itself is not, in fact, the worst part of it. But yeah, I love The Godfather. It's my favorite film, and the book is even better. So
right,
R.I.P. Ray Liotta.
Yeah.
He wasn't in Godfather 3, but
no, I know that. But you mentioned Goodfellas. Now, Clinton, did you know that Ray Liotta died?
Did I know that Ray Liotta died?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he was surprised by this news when I didn't.
Yeah, I didn't know. Today I'm devastated today.
You thought he was still with us?
I'm devastated.
He was like, wait a minute, he died?
Oh, that's tough.
And then Lindsay was like, are you sure he died? I was like, I'm pretty sure we did tributes.
I don't remember it either. I totally forgot about it. I still cannot, now thinking about it, I don't recall it at all.
There are a fair amount of people, and this was like an old newspaper joke where when somebody would die, you would say the headline is, person was still alive until yesterday, and like, I don't think Ray Liotta's on that list because I would have remembered, but there were a couple people that like I just assumed had passed during COVID or whatever. This still happens to be a lot where I'm like, oh, the news here is that I did not know they were still walking the earth. So it is what it is. I sympathize with you, Scott, is what I'm saying.
Well, thank you so much. Okay.
I also like that you call him Scott. You don't call him Cap.
Well, sometimes the direct address, it's for different tones of things. Like if we're swinging our schwanzes, for lack of a better term, then it's Cappy. But we're talking about
the game is called Swing Your Sausage.
Well, okay, but I like to say swing my schwanz. That sounds better for the bit. But when it's direct address, it's Scott. When I refer to him, I'll say Cappy. When I'm talking to him, I'll say Scott.
I like it.
Yeah.
It is time for the Dealer's Choice Real Deal, brought to you by Seller's Advantage. Want to sell your house? Before you call an agent, call Seller's Advantage. They'll buy it as is with a competitive cash offer, no repairs needed. They make selling easy. Call 888-390-AS-IS for a no-obligation offer or visit sellersadvantage.com. DRE 01961658 Cap.
Make this real quick, and I'm going to mail this in. And I'm telling you how I'm going to mail it in.
You're going to turn it over to me? Oh, okay.
Actually, close. Today is Chrissy's last day. And, Chris, it has been a very interesting year, the calendar year 2025.
Is that supposed to be interesting? That's a weird...
Well, I almost died.
Yeah, I know, but...
9:55.
It has been quite a year. So, Chris, I'm going to hand off the dealer's choice to you today, perhaps for some final thoughts on your last broadcast.
Some reflections
of the year that was.
You're mailing it in by not telling me you were going to do this.
Correct.
Throwing it to me now to do it.
Correct.
Well, here's the thing. I am not going away. We are not doing the morning show after tomorrow. And I will be working feverishly with Lindsay to put together our holiday special. And I will still be around. And remember, the Rams will play January 3rd or 4th, and I will be doing postgame at HBC one of those days. Okay. So I'm not like going away on vacation for 2 weeks, although I wish I was, but I'm really not that guy. Okay. So I'll still be around for the next, actually the 2 weeks I'll be in the area.
Well, can we keep talking about The Godfather then, or no?
No, I guess not, because we already threw it. But here's what I will say.
Yeah, what I was looking for was a moment of reflection.
I'm going there, but I want to correct before Tim in the OC, Epic Wolf, and all these things on, oh, you're lazy, oh, you're taking 2 weeks vacation. I'm not. But I'm taking 2 weeks from the show, which we're not doing the show for 2 weeks.
Gotcha.
So this is my final live show. Let me say this. It is such an honor to share each weekday morning with Sedano, with Cappy, with Greg Bergman, with Lindsay Baseball, with producer Jorge. Producer Jorge and I did the old morning show together with Key and that whole mishigash. And it was great then. We thought we would never recreate it. I think we've recreated it and do better sometimes every day. And it's really amazing to say that because I never thought I would say that. It's such a joy and an honor to get to do this. And because I almost died, 9:57. Part of me coming back, while a lot of people were saying, take 6 months to recover, worry about your health, people were saying, do you even come back? Some people in this building, Cappy, were saying, will he ever come back? As you pointed out, I did come back. And part of it was because we were talking about this, the powers that be were talking about this plan for a while, along with Rich Eisen being part of Good Karma Brands, ESPN, and Disney+. It's such an honor to be part of what we do here at ESPN LA each day, and to add this morning show to it has really brought it all full circle. The Rich Eisen Show is an incredible addition to what we do at ESPN Radio and ESPN LA. Mason and Ireland are still kicking in. As much as I make jokes about them, they do an incredible show every day. To see the growth of the DeMarco and Travis afternoon show, and we will talk about this in January when we're all back, the commitment we've made, Greg and myself and everybody at Disney, to that show. You're making a face, Cappy. Or Clinton, you're making a face.
No, I was just smiling and moving my
and I look very similar. It's true.
I was just listening.
But I'm really excited for what 2026 holds for all of us. The World Cup is here in 2026. Yeah. The Super Bowl in 27. The Olympics in 28. It's going to be a really amazing few years coming up ahead. And, of course, we made long-term agreements with the Lakers and the Rams in 2025. So I just want to thank everybody for their support. I know I give the Mongrels a hard time. I know I'll say, go listen to something else. I hope you don't. But if we're that bad, then go listen to something else. There's a lot of competitors out there, and I'm not just talking about AM 570. I'm talking about there's a lot of things you can listen to or watch to fill your time. But I'm glad you choose at least a few minutes a day with us. I am completely blessed to have made it through the health scare, thanks to our friends at Providence. We're to partner in Clinton.
Yeah,
and
nice.
I am blessed to do this every day, Cappy. So was that what you were looking for?
It's exactly what I was looking for. I really wanted to hand off the floor to you because today is your last broadcast, even though, like you said, you'll still be around. Hey, listen, Lindsay, travel safely.
Thank you.
Make sure you give Chewy lots of love. Kiss those little Frito feet of his.
Okay.
Okay? Have a great time with your family, Lindsay. You've had an incredible year. Thank you for everything you do for us.
Thank you, Captain.
And Chris, even with all the stuff that goes on all year long, man, we appreciate you. We love you, and we are happy that you are here. Clinton, we'll see you tomorrow. Greg, same deal.
The Godfather
guys
is
in
a Christmas movie. I just needed to say that.
Okay, fair enough.
That's
hey,
fair.
We will take it all the way to the finish line tomorrow. Beto will be in, Briones will be back, and hopefully tomorrow we'll be talking about a big Rams win in Seattle. So until then, peace out, everybody. Take us home, Chrissy.
Good night, everyone. 10 o'clock at the Southland. We'll join the Rich Eisen Show. The Sedano and Cap Morning Show will return one more day tomorrow to react on Rams, Lakers. Everybody, good night. Have a beautiful holiday season. And I love you all, even though sometimes I pretend I don't. Good night, everyone.
I think Quinn gives this team the best chance to win.
From the Rich Eisen Show studio in Los Angeles.
I'm not happy about it. Something out of my control.
The latest edition of Salty 2.
Earlier on the show, Pro Football Hall of Famer Champ Bailey. Coming up, actor Jason Clarke, actor Matthew Lillard, your phone calls, and more. And now, it's Rich Eisen.
Hour number 2 of the Rich Eisen Show is on the air.